Welcome to the Ice Guys Live Betcast, Saturday, May 27th. Ian Cameron, fresh off a Ticat preseason home victory now. So fun to be at the ballpark again, the football grounds once again, and another CFL season, I guess you could say, underway, albeit preseason. So good to see the Ticats get a victory. Starters played well, and they get a victory. I'm happy. And I'm still sober. So that's even the better part, which means I'm around and ready to rock for a Saturday night live Betcast. It's actually good timing because there are a couple things behind the scenes we got to get. I just literally got in the door like 2 minutes ago. So you talk about timing it perfectly. So Alex, man the show just for a couple minutes. I know you got to throw out your picks because you weren't on earlier today. So go about that, and I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Alex, take it away.
So as far as my picks go, I really got nothing for this game. Part of the reason I missed the show was trying to get a bunch of shit organized on my internet, so it'd be good for tonight. This is one, like I said, glad we have the Betcast for it. Obviously didn't expect any of this to happen. Dallas now, hanging around and fighting for their playoff lives. Of course, now you got to go back on the road and try to keep this thing extended in Vegas. I would expect Vegas to come out here hot early. And so I'm going to be looking for something probably along the lines of that first period over, waiting for that number to kind of crash down a bit. I think we could see this being a bit more of a higher scoring kind of pace. That doesn't necessarily mean we're going to actually see the goals come in, but I think we will see a bit of a fast start to this contest. So that's the one thing I'm eyeballing right now, and we'll be looking to playing with you guys in the next few minutes. And like someone said in the chat, don't overthink it. At this point, you just kind of have to going with your gut feeling. When you're at this stage in the game 5, 6, or 7 is never a horrendous idea. Sometimes you just kind of have to go with how you're feeling within a series. Obviously, I've had the script wrong in this series, if you will. So I haven't had much feeling. So I've just been kind of trying to play it light and pick my spots, pick my battles, with the remaining games in the line. So that's pretty much that. We got 30 people already into the chat right now. Hit the like button for sure. Definitely hope you've been checking out the stuff. Check out patreon.com/iceguys too. We got all kind of bonus content up, and we got plenty more of that coming during the off season. Even though the games are going to be slowed down, we still have a bunch of stuff coming, and most of it's going to be posted on the Patreon page throughout the summer. So if you have not subscribed to that, do so now. It's patreon.com/iceguys, $10 a month. It really helps us out and goes a long way, especially during the summer months when things are kind of slower. So we appreciate all you guys supporting us throughout the year for sure. So definitely looking at people, both teams to score in the first period. That's definitely something worth grabbing. If you want to grab something now, that's probably the best thing to grab pregame. Would be both teams to score first period, because that will probably adjust in game, of course. Max Domi over 1.5 shots on goal. Yeah, I could see Domi, trying to play a little bit better. I can see what Domi's definitely going to be one of those guys to try to have to step up. Still with the absence of Ben for one more game, so I could see where, and that's such a low number at 1.5. That's something that's definitely worth taking a look at for sure. I don't know what everybody's drinking tonight. Mention what you're drinking in the chat. I got a good old Miller Genuine Draft. Also got a little bit of vodka on hand too. So get it started with that. What are you drinking, Ian? You're muted.
Good to get that in the washroom in just now. I felt like I was going to explode on camera on everybody. But we're ready. Here we go. We're about 6 minutes, according to ABC here. We're about 6 minutes away from puck drop. Looks like 8:15 Eastern is going to be the puck drop here for game number 5. And here's Goose with us here.
What's up, Goose?
Ready to go on a Saturday.
Happy Saturday, boys. Happy Saturday.
Now
You
you
got,
gotta go longer than normal, Goose. This is Saturday night now. None of this, 9 p.m. turning in and calling it a night now.
the fucking kids had me up till 10 o'clock last night because they came by for a couple drinks. Fuck, the old man still climbed his ass into bed and said, "See ya."
Yeah, that's right.
So I got a little bit of a mid-morning nap in, so I should be good for maybe another half hour tonight.
No, good stuff indeed. Good stuff. I know we're gonna have our regulars. I know we're gonna have Perlo. I know Rich H is gonna join us later. We've got who else? Landon, of course, the resident Dallas Stars fan. He was actually, he's funny. Landon emailed me just minutes after Joe Pavelski won the game the other night in overtime and said, "See you on Saturday night for the Betcast." So he was basically confirming his spot right then and there that the moment Dallas extended this series to Game 5. All right, just in case you didn't see it earlier on the show today, the only thing I have pregame as far as sides and totals is I have a very tiny over 5.5 bet. Kind of lost my faith in the over in this series a little bit, especially the last game. It was an over pace, over chances. It's an over pace in terms of the number of chances generated too, and yet 2-2 going into the third, there was nothing. So hard to lose that, but I'm going to go back to the well with a small bet on that. I like the draw again. What can you say? 3 of the 4 games in this series have gone to overtime. Both games in Vegas, Game 1 and Game 2, went to overtime, plus 340 at FanDuel. And most of my action pregame is props, as I mentioned earlier today. Lots of props I like. And a best bet on the show, I said it. I couldn't believe my eyes that Jonathan Marchessault was only minus 145 to get a point when he's got 10 points in the last 6 games here in the Stanley Cup play. I couldn't believe it. Someone that's got that kind of production should be in the minus 170 or higher range. Usually that's what you see. But, for some reason, books have been slow to adjust to this red-hot streak that Johnny Marchessault's on for Vegas right now. So minus 145 to get a point, I thought was just a spectacular bet for Marchessault.
Sorry to interrupt, but I also grabbed him 2 or more goals at 10-1, and I took Barbashev on 2 or more goals at 35-1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Barbashev does a lot of his damage at home. So the Barbashev point prop is only plus 1.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah,
to be honest, I don't have. It's not that I don't have faith in Dallas tonight. I have more faith in Cassidy and the Knights at home. I think you're going to see them come out. I got Dallas to score first in the first period, and I got them winning the first period. But I got it over, and I do have a hedge bet for Dallas to win, but I'm looking at the Knights to kind of come out here tonight and take control of this and end it. Yeah, no offense to Landon.
Okay. Well, he's not here yet. You can shit all over the Dallas Stars now until he gets here. Hey, hell, you can shit on them even when he's here. I don't give 2 fucks. So, yeah, you can go ahead.
He seems like a nice enough guy.
They're not my team. But there is a part of me that said after they won the other night, they better come all the way back and win this series at this point, getting us to a Game 5, starting to, they haven't gotten any hopes up yet. They've got to win tonight to really start planting some seed of doubt or disbelief in the Vegas Golden Knights. I don't think we're there yet. I think Vegas still feels, hey, we're in control. Finish it tonight, and we don't have to worry.
All my Dallas futures are dead until this thing gets to a Game 7. Now, actually, I will have one bet cash if it goes to 6 and Vegas wins it, because I did that series ended 6 and series ended 7, just independent of which team. But I won't have any belief that this is a true comeback until we see Game 7 actually start.
No. And if here's the in-house anthem singer for the Vegas Golden Knights, the Golden Pipes they call him, Carnell Johnson. Yeah, that's the nickname they gave him. Yeah, that's actually they did that. Yeah, give him that nickname. Yeah. Actually,
he's one of the better ones. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he does. Oh, yeah. He is. Yeah.
I tell you, I hate George Canyon out of Calgary. I can't stand.
Oh yeah,
that guy.
I like
punching his cowboy hat to his chest there. I mean, it's
yeah.
Michaela Sheedy, who also sings the Calgary, she does the games when he's not doing them. Or
and she's way better.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's way better.
Yeah.
But the guy out of the only reason I remember, and I couldn't tell you his name, but we all know the guy. It's the guy from Winnipeg who wiped out when he was, or was it Winnipeg or was it San Jose? He was wiping it. He tried skating across the rug the one night and wiped out. Well, and he never missed a beat. Didn't miss a note. Just kept going. And I'm like, right on, dude. You're there.
That's a pros pro right there.
That's it.
That's pros pro.
I got so I'm going to put a little thing in the chat here right now. I just typed it in for anybody that's listening, if you like your metal and you like your rock, check out WRBRocks.com on Friday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. I listened to him this Friday night. He started out with Accept, ran off some Motorhead, ran off some Helix, all sorts of stuff. I was talking to the guy all night. Yeah, he's really good. He's got I got four or five requests in already. He's like, yeah, I got you, man, no problem. Like just and fantastic music. So if you like your rock, give this guy a try, man.
So WRBRocks.com. There you go.
That's it. Yeah,
8 p.m. All right,
definitely check that out.
Yeah, no, he was really good, and I talked to him all night through text and through Twitter, and he was always back to me. He's like, "Hey, man," and blah blah blah. I said, "I'm in Calgary." I ran into him through a post by D. Snyder that I replied on. He's like, "Wow, we do a." He calls it a station hijack on Friday nights, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll give you a listen." Sure as shit, I turned it on. First thing I hear is Accept, Fast as a Shark, which is what I asked him to play. He played it to start the night. Nice. Fuck, I listened for the next 2 hours. It was great. So
I like 80s metal.
And actually he played, he played some stuff I've never heard, which is good, right? It's always nice to hear new music, but you know, when you can hear he wailed off some Helix, wailed off some Megadeth, wailed off some Metallica, wailed off some Motorhead, the Accept, and I got him playing he's going to play some Anvil. So for any of you that don't know, Anvil is pure Canadian thrash. If you ever get a chance to go see the guys, go see them. They're fantastic. They'll smoke dope with you. They're fucking partiers. They're right on guys, man. Right on guys. So he's got that playing. He's going to play some Twisted Sister for me.
Nice.
What else? I asked him for a couple other tunes. So yeah, really good music. So
it's like a Friday night show there, 8 p.m.
Yeah. That's something I have to pass on to our old ice guy, Dana Lane. He loves some good 80s metal and hard rock. So.
Yes. That's right. I remember he was always bringing up Def Leppard and all that, and all those good bands from then. Yeah, a little Iron Maiden.
The only thing I do have on Dallas is I got Pavelski at 2.5 shots over at plus money. I got him at plus money. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but I jumped on that. I got him for a goal. Like I said, Barbashev, Marcia show. I took Eichel for a goal. Perlo had about 4 or 5 picks that I followed. I backpacked on those as well because I thought they were really good ones. So that's kind of where I'm sitting. And then we'll play a few in game here. We'll see what goes on.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll see how it goes here. No question about that. Looks like we just got underway. Look who's here. It's our guest earlier this week, Nick, joining us. What's up, Nick? What's going on?
How are you guys? What's going on?
Cheers, Nick.
Hey, cheers.
Welcome to the Betcast. You got your beer with you. That's exactly what we're here for. It's like the bar is open. This game is underway, by the way. No score. What do you think, Nick? Is this series over tonight, or do you think Dallas stays alive?
I think maybe Dallas will keep the momentum going and keep it alive today. I think after last game, I think they'll keep it going. I like Joe Pav's another dog to me, so I like his leadership. I think he brings something to the table. I think he's doing a better job than the other 2 leaders they have in that locker room. So I got him carrying the boat today.
He's the real captain of the team, I think, Joe Pavelski. That's
the only way they win tonight is if he leads the ship. Like, let's be honest, right? Yeah. He drives this team. He really does.
He drove the San Jose Sharks too, and they got rid of him.
And Mason
damn straight. I don't know why they ever let go of him. Like they should have held on to him.
Yeah. That's a penalty. That's kind of a penalty that disappointed Mason Marchment would take. Clearly tripped him at the blue line there. It's just early in the game. Don't feed the beast here. The home team looking to get off.
Don't let him get moving.
Just not a penalty that was necessary. You didn't need it. Not a good one to take.
I think the school my computer had to look at it.
Did anybody lose money on the States losing to who the hell did they lose to today?
Germany.
Germany
beat them in the World Hockey. It's called German defense is how. They're a really good team. You know what the thing is with Germany? They don't have many NHL players on that World Hockey Championship team, but they play over in Europe, and they play a lot of them on the same teams. And you got camaraderie and you got chemistry built in already.
It's not 20 players flying in that from all parts of the country kind of deal.
Right. It's still not a good loss for the States because they had played so well, but they really did play well till today. Yeah.
I know Coronado, who's the Flames, basically one of their probably their top prospect from this year. I think he had a goal, played a pretty good game, made a pretty good showing, so he increased his standing. I think even more so than what it was because I know they're they're howling for him to be in a Flames uniform next year.
Yeah.
So
All right. I'm on the first period over now. I grabbed the 1.5 at plus 105.
Marchessault just about had his first point. What a save by Ottinger.
Yeah,
That's a
we gotta
good
get it
sign
close.
early.
Yeah.
A couple of really good stops on this PK for Ottinger. That's a really good sign for Dallas. You can. Ottinger's one of those guys you can tell early in the game. Is he on his game or not?
Yep.
And
Yep.
he looks ready
Looks
tonight
on it.
early in this one. All right, 15 seconds left. Power play winding down for Vegas here in the first few minutes. So this is another one of these craft brewery gems that I've got here. Melange IPA. There it is. It's beautiful.
these
Although we can
fucking
never get
guys, man.
into fucking focus here.
This fucking set and this fucking play and this site I'm on. Every once in a while, they don't want to give me hockey when it's playing. Fuckers. Hey, what are we doing? Just real quick, what are we doing with the Celtics and Heat? How are we feeling there?
Miami.
Heat.
I'm going down with the ship with Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buckets shows up tonight. Big game for him. I think.
Honestly, think
Well, and you guys may not be familiar with the guy called the bartender, but the bartender likes the Celtics tonight, which means definitely be on the Heat.
All right, so that's a fade then. That guy. Okay,
All
very
right,
good.
so
Nick, you like Miami?
Yeah, I like Miami. I don't mind them. I think they'd be I think Florida's got something brewing, right? So to see them win both, that'd be pretty cool. So especially for that city. So
Yeah.
All
How can the
right, all
Panthers
right.
get there and the Heat not follow suit? Like,
Fuck.
see what the Panthers are doing? You got to hold your end of the bargain right now. Yeah.
oh, if I can ever get in, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, that's
obviously,
good.
I'm not a big better, but if I bet, I bet shots. I don't know. I like that. I think that's the best odds.
I like shots on goal props, Nick, a lot more than I used to, and I find that they're really good bets more than I ever thought before, especially this time of year because playoff betting's a little trickier. You got to find some props that you like, and the props can be pretty good. Shots on goal, especially because you don't need the puck to go in. And with everybody blocking shots and the goaltending being so good, sometimes the shots on goal is the best avenue.
Yeah,
So
we got to call somebody up before we bet in that game and be like, yo, we got you in for 3 shots. Just shoot the puck across the blue line.
Yeah.
So following on Alex, I just got plus. I got over 1.5 for plus 125.
Okay, there you go.
Not bad. So a good penalty kill here for the Dallas Stars, and then they had a couple chances on goal. I think Perlo is ready. Oh, Perlo's asking for the link. I didn't send it to him, so here we go. I knew I missed somebody, so there we go.
He'll be fucking screaming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So another sunny day here in Calgary. We hit plus 25 again. So rocking the nice weather out west.
That's good. That's the way it should be. Yep.
And we got the
By the way,
83 degrees here in St. Paul.
Yeah, it's warming up. It's nice. Summer's finally arrived. That's the Ticats won, Keebs. So I'm happy. I was just
There you go.
The Tiger Cat game. Yeah, CFL preseason football, and they beat the Argos. Bo Levi Mitchell looked good in his, even though he was only in the game briefly. That's our new quarterback and big acquisition in the offseason.
Was that a home game for you guys, Ian?
It was.
What's that Tim Hortons field like? I hear it's really nice, not a bad sight line in the place. Apparently, a really nice field.
Yeah, it's a nice stadium. Yeah, good seats everywhere. Yeah, it's only been around for what 7 years now, so still fairly new.
Yeah.
Yep. But it was due. The Iverwin Stadium was falling apart. They needed a new stadium
Big
there.
Steal.
Badly. So right now, 5 minutes in, not making any live moves yet on this game. We're just letting it play out here early. But the live total, by the way, 5.5. Well, the total was 5.5, but now the over's shaded to plus 135. So the price is getting,
last call for
better with
anything
that.
over.
Yeah.
Over 1.5 too is becoming a tantalizing option for the first
now.
period too. It's down to plus
grab that
165 over in the first period. Yeah.
That's right, too. I forgot. I managed to pick up a combo bet on Bet365. Match result for Dallas. Both teams to score at least 2, and Rupe Hintz to be an anytime goal scorer. That's paying plus 700.
This will probably be the night Rupe Hintz scores because I didn't bet it. And I
Goddamn
cooled off on
better.
Rupe Hintz because he hasn't done anything in this series. So
Right.
tonight's going to be the night he scores. Watch. It'll happen.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's how it works.
It's always how it works. Exactly. It's exactly how it did. Nick, what did you think of the Jamie? Because I don't think you were on. You were on before that happened. What did you think of Jamie Benn's shit show that night? I was livid about it.
I mean, this is how I look at it. If people aren't going to do anything or step to him, I mean, I don't blame them. But at the same time, you're gutless, and I wouldn't allow him to do that to me or my teammates. But this is the way the hockey world's going, and that's why I made it evident that in terms of recruiting, when I get going, I'd rather the Dogs, because I don't think he would have done that to Tkachuk. And if he did, I think his stick would have swung at his face.
You know, that was the captain of the Golden Knights. He was doing that to Mark Stone.
Yeah.
So,
How do you
it's not
just
like
look
he's
at
on
him?
a fourth liner or something. Yeah.
What I don't understand is why nobody was tackling him. Like,
Yeah,
okay, you know, like you hit him, you get a chance. Like if you fall him on the ice, you can't do anything about it to stop him. But how the fuck is somebody not coming in and smoking him off of him or whatever after the whistle?
yeah,
Like, yeah, you're going to take 2 or you might take a 10 or you might even take a 5 for the fight. But make your fucking point right there. Grab him and throttle
yeah.
him.
It'd probably be a wash at the 5, and then
Yeah.
he gets the extra with
And
the
you still get the 5. You still get the 5-minute power play regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right? That's the part
yeah.
I don't understand. Because in my day, like, you know, 53 here, so I played coming up through the 70s, late 70s, and the 80s. That shit wouldn't fucking go. Even if you had a teammate you hated, out the fucking window, and you fed him suicide passes all day long. That shit happened? No, you'd fucking jump in there because that's fucking, you know, that don't happen. That's not the way it's supposed to be.
Tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye in the 2-3 decades ago. 100%.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been no blood, no foul. Let's get the number and get him next fucking whistle. So, but now he's not back until Game 7, right? He's not playing tonight. That's correct.
Well, actually, next game, Game 6, he'd be eligible.
Or Game 6, sorry.
Yep.
So
He'd better score 2 goals and just have one hell of a game, Game 6.
if he manages to get back, right? So if they win tonight, right, and he comes back next game, he better be like, you know, leading the charge, you know, like you say, 2 goals and so on, so forth. Because if not, then take the fucking C away from him.
I was threatening that. Yeah.
It's funny. How funny is that one? I'll never forget because I'm an Islander fan, and John Tavares was about to win the scoring title the year that was all down. And I explained to everybody he literally won it off a dumb puck off his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right too.
Yeah.
That's right too. Yeah.
He's changing.
Yeah, that's right too.
I'm telling you, he paid that guy.
Yeah, no, and even though I'm a Leafs fan, the boys will all tell you I'm Leafs all the way, and then Calgary because I live here. Well, they're my second team. But through the early '80s, man, I was a fucking Islanders fan. I was a fucking Chico Rush and Billy Smith fan. I love to see Billy swinging that stick, man.
Yeah.
Battling
Billy.
Such a good team. Such a good team. Who do we got? Perlo.
Is that Perlo?
Jesus, dude.
Hey, no, guys.
There we are.
Perlo, you look like a hieroglam for a minute, or whatever they call it.
Got that Russian potato internet going on.
I got a new camera, and I don't know.
Good stuff. Who did you bet tonight, Perlo?
I have Vegas minus 0.5 first period.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I did a whole bunch of props, and then I just go live. I didn't have a good read on the full game. I have a little bit on the draw. That's right. I have a bit on the draw.
To me, that was the only thing I felt good about. How crazy! That shows you a game is fucking tough going into it, handicapping it. When the best bet you can come up with is the draw, which is tough to get that. But that's still the best bet for me this game. Because I think it's going to be close either way. We've had 3 overtime games in this series already, so I thought the draw at plus 340, the price was just too good.
And yeah, that's funny. That's funny hearing you say that because I'll have moments like that during the regular season where I'm like, oh, that's the only bet I like. Here's a draw. And I know you'll always have, 5 or 6 things you like in one game, but now you're at a point where the only thing you like is the draw. That's funny to hear.
You got a lot on this, Alex?
No, I have nothing on this so far right now for the night.
Oh,
I'm waiting.
Okay.
I jumped in on the first period over live, but other than that,
8-4 shots, by the way, for Vegas early.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
I didn't get a chance to listen to you guys today, so I didn't know exactly. For maybe 30 seconds, that was about it. So I didn't know what you were on, but count me as a team guy that got nailed on the States game.
I seen your tweet earlier today.
Oh. They
I hit
played
the
like
old-
bitches in the third, man. They look so scared. It's crazy. I just don't understand that. Like, that's what, you know what I thought about though is like, that's what separates Florida from everybody right now. Florida never looks scared at all, ever. They're just
Because you got
freaking
a
balls
dog
out.
leading the bag, baby.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, the states today look like they were playing to not lose.
To not
whereas,
lose, yeah.
Whereas Florida right now is playing to win, and that is.
I don't understand why the U.S. was cautious. That was such a fucking pathetic, sitting back and protecting the lead. You're better than Germany talent-wise. Come on.
Yeah.
You are.
Did we
I
see
told
that
the people
save?
I give picks today to cash out at 7 or 8 minutes. I told them cash it out if you can, because I didn't think.
And let's be real, Casey DeSmith, can I get a save, please? Casey DeSmith. Well, speaking of saves, holy shit, what a save Aiden Hill just made.
If you're watching the replay, look at this. This is fucking highway robbery.
Rob Hintz.
He looked like Patrick Waugh. He looked like Patrick Waugh the way he flashed the leather on that.
Yeah.
Now,
Now Nick, are you you don't like the Penguins too much, I assume?
No, but I did play for Wheeling.
Yeah. So yeah, if we rip on Casey DeSmith, you got no problem.
Yeah,
that's nice saying. I'm way behind my cable. I don't know. This is way behind, but I just saw that glove there. That was incredible.
Well, I got 11 minutes left in the first.
I got 11,
I got the
13.
face off now coming up.
Oh shit! Okay, so I'm 2 minutes ahead of at least you, anyway. So all right.
I don't think I've met you, Nick. I'll get you on Twitter there. How you? Good to meet you, my friend.
Yeah, same here. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
this is some of our regular clan. We've got usually we get 6 or 7 that are on every Betcast, and then we
Same
got
6 or 7 assholes all the time.
Yeah,
the hockey nerds.
Eddie Lack's been joining us the last few. We're going to throw him in that mix. Yeah.
That guy is just an awesome dude, man. I Twitter with him every once in a while. It's fun.
Yeah, he's very active on. Eddie's good, and Eddie's a huge bettor. Like he's out constantly asking, "What do you like here? What do you think of the NBA game?"
Yeah.
He's actually good at soccer. He's given me his soccer picks in
really?
Premier League because he follows that. He loves Manchester United. I couldn't give 2 shits about soccer.
I would imagine most NHL players, if they do bet on other sports, it would be soccer, considering that most of them are European.
Definitely. Yeah.
I played soccer in the summer when I wasn't playing hockey, but I can't watch it. It's one of those things where I love to play it, but I didn't like watching it.
Unless you're at a bargain.
I will say this, IceX. I have 5 minutes left in the first, and the Stars are up 2-0, which is joking, of course. Yeah.
What?
Which was
IceX. Yeah. He's got the Stars to come back in this series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's holding out hope. I've given up. He's holding out hope.
I'd love to see it. I've got Dallas to win the West, and I'll probably get like $100 if that wins.
I got all kind of shit.
Vicinity. Yeah.
That would be a
chilly as
Christmas
I've
miracle.
been. I've got Vegas. As chilly as I've been this week, I wouldn't doubt it. Been pretty chilly.
It would be a Christmas miracle in the summer if Dallas comes back and wins it.
Yep. It's never happened in the conference final round. The 3-0 comebacks previously in the playoffs were either the first round or the second round. That's it.
Every time I watch Vegas now, I regret not exchanging numbers with Aiden Hill's dad, because if he doesn't sign back in Vegas, it's a great place to go to Chicago.
I know one of the guys at work, he had in the first 2 years, because he went to Vegas all the time, so he bought seasons tickets. And then the third year, they're like, well, you got to show up so many times or else we're taking them away from you. So he said, whatever. So he was looking seats for game 6 were $375 a piece, if I'm not mistaken, was what he was quoting. And that was the second bowl. And of course, that's US. And then he's like, and then I bought tickets for the hell's right after. Is there an F1 race or something like that coming into Vegas? Mm-hmm. Like a couple days after. So he bought tickets for that while he was drinking. Now he's trying to sell those.
Nice.
But he's a degenerate like me. Like he's a true degenerate, this guy. He's crazy, but he loves going to Vegas, right? He goes about 4 or 5 times a year.
Nice.
But of course, with COVID now, of course, he wasn't able to go the last couple of years.
Sure.
But
I'm just seeing this now. Matthew Tkachuk did a sit-down interview with the NBA on TNT crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prior to Celtics.
yeah, that was he was on last night or
Tonight.
last night he was on.
No, tonight,
Was it-
live.
Was
No,
it tonight?
They're playing
Okay.
tonight. They're
All right,
playing right
pregame.
now. Yeah, game 6. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I wish we could
Watch
find a
that.
broadcast crew like that for hockey. That
Well,
four-man-
TNT has it.
Yeah, but
TNT's
that
got a
four
great
that
crew.
that four-man like Shaq and Barkley, those two
Yeah.
together are just
Oh,
fucking
they're always.
I
ripping the
wish-
fuck
I
out of
wish
each
they
other.
would
It's
do-
hilarious.
I wish they would do like ESPN where they have the alternate broadcast for like Monday Night Football. Like here we'll have like Eli and Peyton Manning. I wish the NHL would have like Biz. They could even I mean not necessarily the full like Spit and Chicklets crew. Maybe have Biz, but have like a couple other people and like do an alternate broadcast.
Put Ryan Kessler in there, believe it or not. He's
Yeah.
entertaining. He was a
Is he?
fucking prick
Mhm.
as a player, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, he's entertaining, and he'll say some shit that will ruffle some feathers a little bit.
Yeah, that's not going to happen in Canadian television by the looks of it. That's
no,
horrible.
fuck no.
Yeah.
Kelly
No, no.
Rudy. Kelly Rudy,
No.
the most vanilla freaking guy I've ever heard. in my
He's got
life.
good points, but you're right. He's just lacking a little, gas
Yeah,
and energy. Yeah,
so vanilla, it's ridiculous.
I
All
think
of
I
them
like
are.
his analysis, but you're right. It's just he's just laid back. He's very.
He's
very,
good for goalie, but I like what's his name?
Henrik
just-
Lundqvist is terrific. on
Lundqvist
TNT.
is decent,
Lundqvist
but yeah,
is good.
Perlo, I know the guy, the former Canuck player.
Yeah, why is it Bieksa?
Bieksa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like him too.
He
Like,
is
same
good.
thing.
Yeah.
He was a prick as a player, and I fucking hated him when he played. But
That
listening
whole
to him
Vancouver
on the
team,
TV,
that
Yeah.
08 to 12
Yeah, yeah.
Vancouver team, they were ass.
That guy wasn't scared though. He'd fight anybody, any weight class.
Oh, yeah.
And I
Oh,
always
yeah.
admired that about Bieksa though. Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's definitely got some good insights, and he definitely has a mind for it. That's for sure. So he'll be a good one to watch for the years. That's for sure.
But yeah,
By the way, I
alternate
did bet that
broadcast
long
for the
shot.
Cup final would be good.
Yeah.
Freddie Olofsson, I did take it at plus 900 at Bet365 to score a goal. Just
I
because
thought
of the fact
about
he
it.
had 5 shots on goal the last game.
Yeah,
And,
I
yeah,
thought
I-
about it. I should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good bet. It's a good bet for sure.
Hey, Rich, how's it going?
Rich, hola, buddy.
Not in Mexico anymore, of course.
Doesn't
No.
matter. In spirit, right, Rich?
Hockey Day in
Oh,
Canada.
Hockey Night in Canada. Very good. Yeah.
Not me, man. It was 25 here. I'm still in the fucking muscle shirt, but sitting out back drinking beer, and fuck that shit.
Rich,
I
how
heard
you
somebody
doing,
say
buddy?
something about Vancouver.
Yeah, we were ripping on it.
Oh yeah, I said about how most of those guys from the 08 to 12 teams were pricks. Yeah, that was me.
Got to get in there.
It's been 12. It's actually 12 years next week. The riots after the loss against Boston in the Stanley Cup final that year. Yeah, that was
Wow.
crazy shit.
Hey, at least the city embodied the craziness that the players had. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right?
To be fair, yeah.
Exactly.
That was and plus they did it after '94 too, when the Canucks lost to the Rangers. They had another, I think, incident on the city after that. So they've become known for that. Get to the Stanley Cup final, but if they lose, look out. You're not going to have a city after. Apparently, yeah.
Oh, Perlo, I wanted to ask you, buddy, where did you see the rumor for the third from Columbus going to Calgary for Lindholm? Where did
It's
you?
all,
Where,
over,
where,
it's all over Twitter. There's a bunch of
Is it?
freaking insiders talking about it and all that stuff. So
I
I
don't-
mean,
I don't-
it is
I don't
it
know.
is
I
a
just don't
pure
get
rumor.
that.
but
Lindholm didn't have as good of a year last year compared to 2 years ago, but
oh, there you go. Barbershop. Thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
He's really overrated. Period. Kachuk drove that line.
Yep,
So-
Well, but
Vegas on the
but
board.
The thing is, he did the setups for
Yeah,
both of them.
baby.
Right?
That's
He's not
baby right here.
a bad
Fire
player. He's
him.
actually
Bring him back.
he's a decent
Beautiful
hockey player. He's a
move.
decent centerman.
That
And
was a
you put
gorgeous
him back with Goudreau,
Yep.
right? Then you just got to find the third for that line. You could have a really good line there.
I,
One
sure
nothing
as fuck
Vegas.
ain't
Yep. Barbashev's
I
goal.
disagree.
guy.
I wouldn't do. I definitely would not do that.
Well, I wouldn't
The
trade him for
third-
the third. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't
No.
trade him for the third.
Maybe
But if
maybe
you-
a different type of
second
package,
minute,
yeah. Maybe a different
You
type.
can get
of
him for a
package.
second round and the third round. Fuck, by all
Yeah.
means, right? He's only 28, I think.
I think they'll
So-
get decent for Lindholm, but I mean, I know Columbus is right to the cap too. That's the other thing. How are they going to?
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're
Yep.
right.
I thought they had room.
No,
Oh
no,
no.
that's the sad thing. They suck and they're to the cap.
Shit.
But Rich, did you watch the Chaos Giraffe today?
Yeah, I was
Who
going to
is that?
post
Who
something
is
when
that
you were
again?
talking about
Who is
that.
the chaos? Oh yeah, it's
Myers.
Tyler Myers.
Right. Yeah.
What a freaking
Big,
he was
tall,
just-
and
he was in fine form today, buddy. They
You
won
hate that guy.
despite
What did he
Tyler
do to you?
Myers.
Other than just being a guy that can make some mistakes on the blue line? Is
Well,
that it?
just
That's
listen
all
to
he
the
did?
broadcasters. The reason why everybody loves him, they say it like 7 times. It's 6'8" Tyler Myers, 6'8" Tyler Myers. Yeah, can't do
The
anything.
Chaos
He's
Giraffe.
6'8".
That is a hell of a
Yeah,
name. I will say that. That's some of your
Chaos
best
Giraffe
work,
is one of
Carlo.
the best.
The Chaos Giraffe. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, come on. Okay, I want Vegas.
that was a big
to win.
goal.
You guys
Yep.
got over 1.5
That was.
first period, right?
That's a pretty big statistic.
Yep.
Hey, when Vegas scores, they pretty much
Yes.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they
This is
score
becoming
first?
issues with turnovers right now for Vegas.
And right now Vegas is taking it to them in the play. Like they're controlling it, they're pressing.
Carlson
come
just got
again.
robbed right now by Ottinger a second
Who
ago.
scored that goal, by the way?
Barbashev.
Barbashev.
Close shave
I got
Barbashev.
Barbashev.
Hey, Barbashev.
I got Barbashev.
So
Yeah.
do
We got
I.
Barbashev. Did we take a point or did we take a goal on that?
I took him for a goal and a point.
Wow. And wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Pretty good. Well, nice
Did you-
work, Goose.
Yeah,
Close
you
shave
tell me?
Barbashev.
because Perlo had him down for a point,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I found him for plus 380, I think, for a goal. So what the hell at home, right? And then like I say, that's when I grabbed him for now. If I get him, if he gets another goal for me, that's 35-1 on that bet as well.
Halfway there.
Halfway there, yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
there,
How did
nope,
that
there
happen?
you go. There's that over 1.5.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh,
No. Dallas scores?
Yep.
Oh,
Both teams
shit.
to score.
Yeah.
Mhm.
there it is. Yeah.
Hey!
Big scramble. Dallas right through traffic, and it went
I
in.
was saying before the game that was a good look.
Yep.
If you want something pregame, plus
Wow.
175.
Oh wow.
Okay, now what we need is for it to stay tied because this is a part of the thing that I was talking about the last
Glenn Denning
last
getting the
bet.
goal.
I don't need that. I got Vegas minus 0.5.
Yep. Luke Glendening. It's good to see a guy like that get rewarded. Luke Glendening, the fourth line.
Yeah. So what I want to see happens is the score stays the same. So it's tied after one and both teams to score. That was the part that I was talking about the last Betcast that I didn't quite get out.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
plus-
I remember you saying
It's
that, right?
it's plus 350 today. So I bet that.
Wow, that's a
Because
good
if
one.
it's the first period, both teams to score, it's happened twice, and both times it was 1-1. But
That's a good
more
bet.
often than not, it's only going to be 1-1
Right.
Yeah.
if both teams score.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it's a nice little correlated parlay that you cash in the first period. Now we've got
Sweet and
4
hot.
minutes to
Exactly.
change to go, but
That's a good
Hold
look.
it at 1-1. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now that's all you
that's a
need
good
for
one.
4 minutes. Yep.
That'll be
And
all
it's
right. as long as they
$3.50.
get the draw.
yeah,
Great
Yeah.
price on that. Yep.
it was
Zero
$4.50 in Dallas in Game 4.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
I cashed that.
Yeah.
That was I was trying to explain it to you guys, but I think I'd had a couple too many beers, and I only got talking about the
That's
tie
everybody,
after the
Rick.
first period. I never got to the both teams to score.
All right.
No, you did. You got it out. You,
Oh, okay.
You got it out, but we were.
Yeah, I remember you
at
talking
that
about
point- But that point, we were second period, middle of the second. I think we'd all had 2 or 3 into us, so we were all having fun at that point. So, but we all heard you. Like you explained it and you got it across. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally.
Well, I had
forgot that. So look at Rich,
If there is such a
fucking Vancouver. Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh. What's wrong? What did they do now? Vancouver.
Well, they're always doing something wrong.
Oh, okay. Just in general.
I heard a rumor, and it kind of makes sense that everyone's wondering why Garrett got let go. And we've got Ferraro's wife working in the back office, and and she's doing something. I forget what it is.
Tammy
but
Granato. Yeah.
yeah, and maybe he wants to stay closer to home and not do all the traveling. I
Yeah.
think he's our color guy.
Who is?
Ferraro. Like
Ray?
I think next
Ray.
year. Yeah,
Really?
because
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to do the travel that he's doing now, this is like the perfect suite. I just heard rumblings of that this week.
Because he lives in
Well, yeah,
Vancouver.
that's-
I know that. Yeah, they live in Vancouver.
That's why that happened. Why they let Garrett go, but Garrett's still doing like he did the first round with.
Wait a second, Garrett. Well, you said they let Garrett go. Didn't Garrett leave on his own? Didn't he say I'm retiring?
He said he's no longer doing the Canucks. He's no longer the Canucks play-by-play guy, but he's still going to do things for Sportsnet.
Yeah, but didn't he have the decision on his own to say I'm not going to do Canuck games anymore?
Well,
There was a rumor.
if you listen to his little intermission speech when it first broke, it didn't necessarily sound like a guy that was actually
Ready to go.
retiring.
Yeah.
No.
He was
Well,
just being told that this position is maybe no longer available, and this is just kind of like below the surface stuff. But it makes some sense to me. So we'll see where this goes with Ferraro if he does, because there is a lot of travel, and that would make sense.
And he's older. Garrett's older. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
I do.
Yes.
I do remember the 32 Thoughts podcast at that time. They had a little bit of they weren't sure if this was a mutual decision or as a, hey, you really don't have a choice. You can say you're going to leave, but you're leaving regardless. So how do you want to do it kind of deal? So again, it's another one of those things until somebody wants to spill the beans and tell the truth, you'll never know what the fuck went on.
It's possible. I just thought all the years of service there as the Canucks analyst, on their television games.
It don't seem to matter much anymore. Like it don't seem to matter. It's a really cutthroat business.
Well, I'm going to spill the beans. Well, it's not spill the beans. I think I already had mentioned this earlier, but we will at some point during the Stanley Cup final have Paul Romanek on the.
You were saying that. I was waiting for that.
Hey now.
He I'm sure he's got tons of stories about his situation and the cheap fucking skates at Rogers that let him and many others go a few years ago. I'm sure he'll get into that, and he didn't deserve it. He's a great play-by-play guy.
Oh shit!
It was just all cost cutting.
Oh shit!
Cheap shit. That's
Holy
what it absolutely
fuck.
was.
Well, it's no different than Sportsnet.
Yeah.
Right. They fired fucking 8 people out the door in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Remember, Paul Romanek called Austin Matthews 4-goal game to begin his career. That Ottawa game, the very first.
I remember
game of
that.
his career. Yeah, that was Romanek on the call that night.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was magic.
Yeah.
We gotta quickly do some shout outs in the chat. Shout out to Matt Carter's brother Brent. His happy 38th birthday. So happy birthday, Brent.
Oh yeah, let's put that on the screen there. Yeah.
It's all
There we
fucking
go.
downhill from there, brother.
Yeah.
Wait until you hit 50 and everything starts breaking.
And then
down.
the Eel brothers, we shout out.
How about 38? 38, it starts breaking down too. I know.
Sorry, Eel.
I gotta wait to go for that. I'm 34 is coming up next for me. So
I got up from my seat. It's boiling in the sunshine today because there's no protection from the sun in that stadium. And there's fucking sweat stains all down the leg of my pants. And I'm like, this shit didn't happen 2 years ago. What the fuck's going on here? Yeah.
Uh-oh, what do we got going on?
Thing to have to go through, yeah.
Yeah, I hit the big 5-0 this year, so now I get to experience.
I guess I shouldn't complain. Alex is the young one of the bunch here, yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually,
I'll
Nick.
tell you what. You hit 5-0, and then you start things start creaking. I started getting into stretches and all that kind of stuff like that. I'm like, oh, this is what they were talking about. Oh,
Nick's got his whole life ahead of him.
Perlo, I started reaching to the second shelf for the beer
Let's hope,
instead of right in front of me.
You're just launching your company now. You're getting that off the ground there. And like I say, the best is yet to come for you, hopefully.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I love these people. So RW, I'll give a shout out to RW in the chat. He's 42 and old as fuck. Dude, what are you going to do at 53? Holy fuck, I'm telling you.
yeah.
I'm going to be running.
Actually, I got what do I got? I got 3. What the fuck date is today? We're still in May. I got 3+ weeks, and I'm 54.
Yeah.
So never planned to live past 30. Now what the fuck do I do?
So what did you do? You had everything set for your bucket list before 30?
Dude, I'm telling you, I turned 15. My brother got me smoking weed. I went from weed to hash to fucking acid to fucking cocaine, buried myself in a bottle, buried myself in a bag for, I don't know, 15 years. And I thought for sure, I'm like 30, I'll look good, but I'm going to be done. I know I am. I just knew it. And
you're like the Keith Richards of the Ice Guys family. You're still
right. And I got,
you're still alive. You're still breathing.
I met my wife at 40 and I'm like, fuck, damn. Now what do I do?
I can totally relate to this because, like I said, I was a musician before I did this, so I was on a path to destruction for sure. But I had to kind of curl it back in a little bit. I mean, I still get out and about, but it definitely 34. Yeah. I don't feel 34 coming up. It feels more like 54 some days. But.
You know what? I love 30. 40 was okay. 50 was even good. I didn't mind any of those numbers. But the last year and a half, my hips are going, my knees are going, fucking the body's just breaking down all over the place. It's fucking unreal.
And it seems to all happen at once. It's not like one part at 5 years and then another part's 5 years. No, it's all at once. Yeah.
Well, and the joke I was making at work this week with the hernia, I'm like, yeah, you can now call me the $6.25 man because that's probably what them 2 little fucking patches cost. So, Jesus, I was going to say my armpit, but I'm 30. Taylor, 30's around the corner for Taylor. 30, yeah. Fuck, man. I don't even remember 30 for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Fuck. Actually, I do remember. So, real quick story. I turned 22. Birthday's on June 22nd. So, the 22nd of June was a Saturday night. We're at a bush party. My friends, I think I did 8 hits of green blotter acid. Yeah. I was so fucked up. So fucked up. That's
dude. Wow. That stuff's potent.
Shit was melted.
You had to do them all at once. Because if you did like 4, you'd never be able to do the next 4.
Right. So I'm swallowing. I stood on the cooler, no problem. As soon as I hit the ground, I'm fucking all over the place. I'm wiping out. And, it was just a mess. I woke up on the side of the street fucking next morning. And, it was a good time. Apparently, I had a great time. I don't remember it.
Nice.
So what do we got here? We got a minute left in the first.
Yes, we do. Yep. And Dallas has played well since tying the game. Very well.
Yeah, they have.
They've carried the play. They hit the post just now, by the way, Dallas. So it's still 1-1, but I'm telling you, the Stars have really carried the play since tying the game.
Here they come. Last rush of the period.
Yep.
So I was thinking about this morning. Say Hill has a bad game tonight or even tomorrow, and you got to pull him, and you're going to put in Quick, who hasn't seen a fucking sheet of ice in a real game in a month and a half?
In a long time, yeah.
Really, aren't they fucked if they lose Hill? Because Quick's their backup, right?
Logan Thompson's still not ready to return yet. He's not available to them yet. Logan Thompson. So it's Quick right now.
Real Deal Prime. Thought I was Mike Tyson. Shout out to Real Deal Prime, brother.
I was laughing at that.
Oh, look at that. Right on. Then wish your lady had a birthday for me, Alex.
Oh. Yeah, the 22nd. My friend's birthday.
Too funny.
There goes my minus 0.5 first period, but at least Rich got hit. Yeah, the draw.
Yep. That was 1-1 after the first.
Cincy Reds 2, 3 point.
Great call, Rich.
Baseball. Yeah.
Thanks. And I have a bunch of single game parlays with those as part of the legs.
Oh, there you go.
Just pizza money.
Right.
Pizza money.
Right on, Londo. Pizza money. I like pizza money. All right.
Anyways, you didn't get my other stuff.
That was Wyatt hit the post.
You didn't get my Dallas picks, Goose. I
didn't
post them on Twitter.
If he's pulled, Hill plays game 6. If he's hurt, Vegas has to find one game by the rest of the roster. Yeah. Hey, John, how you doing, brother?
There he is, John Massey, the late night man, is in the chat, which means he might be making a late night appearance. Yeah,
he's Betcast or something.
I probably won't. I gotta go and come back. So I might, if it's still going, I'll be able to. But I gotta pick my son up at 9 today.
You know what? The first period draw has been pretty good in this series too. Now it's a couple that have cashed. I think the price is just not as good, though. That's the only problem with that. The price just isn't nearly as good.
Let's get the.
So we got. By the way, Marchessault Point cashed for me.
Oh, did
nice.
Yep, he got.
What did you get Marchessault Point at?
Minus 145 DraftKings.
Oh, you got it better than me. I got minus 150. I put 2 on it though. I put 2
Yeah,
pearls.
I
put a
felt
big
that
one.
was a really great price. He's
Yeah.
that's now 11 points in 7 playoff games now for Jonathan Marchessault.
Goose, you got that too, or did you not play that because it was too juicy?
No, I took just looking here. I'm
minus
just going back.
161. I had minus 161. I put 2.
I got Marchessault for total point over 1.5 at minus 162, and then I also got him for a goal. I got Barbashev for a point.
I got Marchessault for a goal too. Yeah.
And then and I said 380 for Barbashev. It was 280 for a goal, plus 80, plus 280. So I hit.
Yeah, I don't normally play that much juice, but minus 160, I even still felt comfortable with it.
Well, Marchessault, right? He's almost clockwork. He's almost automatic, right? You know what I mean? So, and especially at home, right? That's the reason I took Barbashev. Barbashev and Marchessault at home have been lights out. So, you know what I mean? If you're going to bet something, you might as well bet somebody that, when they get home, they obviously they like playing more in Vegas than they do anywhere else. So you might as well take advantage of it while you can, right?
Makes sense.
Robert Higgins, we're still liking the over. Robert, I think 3 of us have the over 4.
The problem is, I remember thinking after the first period of Game 4, it's 1-1, good shape with over 5.5, and then it was 2-2 after the second, still pretty good shape, and then they just
I actually liked the over in the second period.
It did. I have that too. Didn't credit him with one initially. Is that Marchessault, Taylor? I'm reading the chat while we're going along here, and Taylor Bishop is. I think he's talking about Marchessault for a point.
Yeah, he got an assist. It was on the goal. It was Barbashev with the goal, Eichel and Marchessault the assists on that.
So,
what do you think, Alex? Dallas to score next the way they're playing right now, or are you going to just wait to see how?
I want to wait. I want to wait and see the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, after with that break coming up, right? Any momentum they had, you can't count on them having it again. I'm actually looking.
Got the assist as well as Harley for the.
I didn't have Hazen. It was originally announced as an assist. Okay, Taylor.
Goal.
Over 1.5 is too juicy.
Hey, let's have a shout out to Robert Higgins in Ireland. Cheers, brother. I can't do an Irish accent, or I would. I sound like a drunk fucking Jamaican guy, so we won't go there.
I got to bust out the a little right and left. Oh, Lord Pondering. Oh, Sheriff's mashed potato.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Lord Pondering.
Oh, when we Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
That's the best I got.
I do my Irish accent.
Shit.
That's more like the nuclear.
Every time I hear David Faherty doing the golf tournament, a little right to left. There you go. My Irish accent.
Faherty.
Yeah, good question, John. Hey, Robert, are you in actually Dublin, or where the hell in the world in Ireland are you, brother? And if you're in Ireland, and if you're in Dublin, does that mean you're a Thin Lizzy fan?
All right, good call there. Boys are back in town. They literally are. Right now,
one of my favorite groups of all time.
So if you don't have this album, try and find Thin Lizzy Life Live. It's from their last tour.
Yeah.
Telling you some of the best versions of their tunes are on it. Angel of Death, which I was rocking out to the one night coming home on, and then Thunder and Lightning, of course.
That's the blue record, right, from '83.
Yes, yes.
That's when Phil was just completely fucked up, but he was singing with all his heart and soul.
Yeah, that was when they had Gary Moore on the tour, Brian Robertson, Eric Bell, like just a boatload of guys coming out every night.
Amazing,
fantastic.
Amazing, man.
So
Irish man, one of the best Irish fans.
I'm looking both teams to score in second period.
What do you got? What do you got?
I got plus 130 for both teams to score. I'm going to hop on that.
Yeah, I like that. I got to find it though. I'm not getting it.
I found it on SI Sports Interaction. First time in Belfast was 99. Oh shit, you've been there 2 times, John? I am fucking jealous, dude.
I'm interested in Dallas next goal, believe it or not, but I want to see if they come out with that same, they were carrying the play late first period. I want to see if they're still doing that in the second. And if they are, I might jump on Dallas next goal, but I'm going to wait before.
See, I'm almost convinced. I'm almost convinced that Vegas is going to come out hard here in the second period again, right? Come out, skate the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Olaf, Gary Moore is awesome. Yes, he is, dude. Yeah. One of my
Great songs they had.
Yeah.
You think about it. It's not just, obviously the Boys Are Back in Town was their big song, but you
All
mentioned
their
it.
deep cuts were like
Killer on the Loose was good. Close.
Killer on the Loose is a deadly song.
bad reputation.
My personal favorite was Jailbreak. I love Jailbreak.
Jailbreak's good.
Yeah.
My very first song from them was Thunder and Lightning.
Yeah.
I heard that and I was blown away. I'm like, holy fuck, who is this? And actually, I remember the night that me and my brother were sitting up, we were younger, right at my parents' house in Midland, listening to Q107 out of Toronto. And the announcer came on. And then it was announced that Phil Lynott died that night. So the night he died, me and my brother, we were sitting there playing cards, getting high, and poor old Phil passes away. It's like, holy fuck, really? Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
36
Although
I think that's tempting, Taylor. Both teams to score plus 170 in the second period.
Okay, yeah, I like
How
that.
did you get 170?
365.
Yep.
I see it there right now. Yep, plus 170.
So both teams to score. Let's see here.
So 100 pays 170 if you take that. I mean, that's pretty good.
I can't
And
find
remember,
it.
both teams scored in the first period and in the second period of game 4, the last game.
You know what? It looks to me like Hill is starting to get tired, though. He hasn't been used to this, right? Like, when has he ever played
Intense
this
playoff
before?
hockey every other night for sure.
I got both teams to score. I took that one already. Yeah, that's right. So what do we got? Heat and Celtics flying over total so far. Actually,
Yes,
what's
it
the
is.
score in that game?
I kind of wasn't expecting all these points here early like this, but
I had the under on that game. Jeez, that's
Yeah.
freaking chilly right now.
it could slow down though. Second half usually does slow down in these games, no doubt.
What do we got though?
Yeah, I'm going to sprinkle BG. I'm on the over full game a little bit small, but I'm going to sprinkle right now on the both teams in the second period. Plus, it's just too good of a price. Plus 170.
What's
Yeah,
going
I
on,
got it.
Rico?
Take a shot with that.
And Real Deal Prime, I love Jailbreak as well, but for me, it's got to be a whole lot of Rosie. There's no, as far as I'm concerned, there's no better fucking song in rock and roll. No better song.
AC/DC you're talking about?
Yep. Yeah, I'm reading the chat. So Real Deal Prime is Jailbreak by AC/DC, which is a good tune.
I think everybody has a different AC/DC they love. Shook Me All Night Long was freaking amazing. I mean,
Oh yeah,
just
I'm a Bon Scott man. Right before Brian Johnson.
TNT was a great song.
TNT was a good one.
I know.
Thunderstruck's a classic.
Now in the fight.
Thunderstruck, yeah.
But like if you want a tune that tells a story, man, nothing better than Whole Lot of Rosie.
Whole
And I
Lot
love
of
the
Rosie
fact that
was a
it's a true
great
fucking
song.
story, right? It's based on something that actually happened to Bond.
Right.
So
It has nothing to do with Jay Rosehill, if you're wondering. I know that's his nickname. Nothing to do with that. Him, yeah.
and apparently, and I don't know my English weight, so 19 stone is apparently like $180, somewhere in that area. Apparently the chick was way over that. But it didn't, like 22 stone or 23 stone didn't fit in. So 19 stone fit kind of deal. But apparently she was big. Apparently he liked him bigger.
Oh, by the way, AHL update: Hershey Bears leading the Rochester Americans 3-1. This is the Eastern Conference Finals right now in the American Hockey League. So Hershey's leading Rochester right now, and Milwaukee and the Coachella Valley Fire. You know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
Grant Fuhr is their television analyst for Coachella Valley Hockey.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Wow.
Grant Fuhr,
Atlas
Stanley
Rise.
Cup champ,
Oh,
Hall of
that's
Famer?
off of Atlas
We
Rise.
wouldn't pass
Not
it up
off
for
of,
That's just because he
Yeah.
lives there.
Yeah.
He's been living there for a long time, and he just wants to talk hockey. He doesn't even care
Yeah,
about
so
the money.
perfect fit. I thought
Where
that
are they now?
I think Nick was onto something. Maybe he just wants to go to Coachella every year and get hammered and stoned and high and
He
all that.
lives there. He lives there.
I got a buddy here in Calgary. He used to bounce in the bars, and he said back in the like 89, 90, 91, he used to ferry the goaltender Vernon and a couple of the other guys. He said Vernon was a fucking massive cokehead, massive.
Wow.
Worse
Oh, I
than
didn't know that about Vernon.
apparently worse than Grant Fuhr ever was. So,
Jeez.
but they,
Wow.
Messier was worse than Fear.
Hey, if you want to watch
see,
some
I worked
Go
in a
ahead.
bar in Edmonton, and they used to come in all the time. And I don't know if he did it all the time, but when he was doing it, Jesus. No. Crazy.
If you want to watch some hockey, actually tomorrow and I watched some of this series the other
The
night.
final?
ECHL, Newfoundland Growlers and the Florida Everblades. East Coast. I can get all these games on this service of mine, this IPTV, which is the shit. I love it. You get everything with it.
I've been looking at getting one of those because I'm sick and tired of giving fucking $200 a month.
I can get every AHL and ECHL playoff game. It's crazy. Everyone, anyone I want.
Is Florida gonna win every sport championship there is? They're probably fucking like.
Yeah, you're true.
They're not gonna win everything. They ain't winning the Super Bowl or World Series.
No. That Newfoundland Growlers team is giving them problems though. Now it's 2-2 in that series, and Newfoundland's getting better as that series is going on.
I would, you know what? If I had like tons and tons of money, I would fly to watch that game live in Newfoundland. That would be a fucking.
It's a great atmosphere. Mary Brown Center.
Exactly. No doubt about it. That would be amazing. Just what 5,000 or 6,000 people on Shine playing fiddles. Fucking. It would be amazing.
Screech.
Screech.
And I heard what you guys were talking about earlier because I still have my headset on. Yeah, I'm not surprised one bit that Mike Vernon had a serious coke problem. That explains it.
No, I'm not surprised. I just
explains
didn't
a lot
know
with
about it.
the way that he played.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days. Like Semenko and those guys, they used to go in a bar called David's here. And they used to have an actual nameplate at their stool, and they would drink beer like they would piles of cans, like freaking. They would pile them up like that, and they had a game the next day.
Yeah.
Erlo, do you remember? It was a big bar. I only spent a year in Edmonton. I spent 1 year there. Barry T's.
Yeah, I worked there.
You worked at Barry T's?
Yeah, barely teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I
Crazy shit. Crazy.
I met the entire Canucks after their, I think it was the third game of the season, and they had the next day off, and then they were going home, so they had like a free night. And I worked for Red Robin Restaurants, and Harold Snep's niece was one of the servers, and the whole team ended up showing up at Barry T's after the game, and we'd gone to the game, so I had the ticket stub. First game in Canada for Larionov and Krutov, and I'm a Canucks fan, and I'm sitting at the fucking table with them. Jim Benning, which is kind of awkward. Trevor Linden,
he was a ball of fire. He was a
McLean,
rod of excitement.
Dylan McKay. He's played.
Harold Snap.
Why does that name sound familiar? Why does that name sound familiar?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, Barry T's. That was like meeting Larionov. It was amazing.
Yeah, you're right, Olaf. We did.
Larionov was with all the team. Krutov was sitting off to the side, pounding beers, cans of beers. Didn't speak any English. He had two interpreters with him, or like security guys.
Not surprised. Barry Troniak took care of the NHLers. I'll tell you that right now. They pretty much anything they wanted, they was available.
I thought I had died and gone to heaven. I've got like my business cards with their autographs on them. I'm trying to buy Harold Snep's a beer at the bar, and he just absolutely outright refuses. And he buys me one, and I'm like, just shoot me now. It was just like the best night ever, and they won.
Awesome, yeah, I met a lot of guys there for sure. Yeah, I worked there for just over a year, and then I went over to Maxwell Taylor's, where it was. I went over to Maxwell Taylor's, a little less crazy. Like Barry T's was absolutely. You made good money, but I don't even want to get into it. It was a little crazy, man. A lot of weird.
I remember falling off the speakers. I was dancing on the speakers, and like you'd have scars on your legs in the morning.
So it's like an old school nightclub kind of thing, like a dance club.
Yeah, Barry T's was the biggest nightclub in Edmonton.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. There was a couple others that are close, but Barry T's was the biggest one.
I was gonna say it's Edmonton. There can't be much more than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a freaking. It's not like any nightclub in New York by any stretch.
Oh,
like
it's like a barn.
Moving on the
Looks
heat,
like a
making
bar.
a job, taxi driver, always busy, never a
Yeah,
time
wait,
to
wait.
breathe.
Was it a nightclub or was it a
Night
bar with a
checks.
dance floor? Because those are two different things. Like we
No,
have,
it
we
was
have
well.
a
How
lot
to
of those in
explain
Minnesota.
it? What would
Yeah.
you say, Rich? I mean, it's a nightclub. It is.
Is it like
But
Roxy Sundays in Vancouver?
yeah,
Bigger.
I mean,
Oh, huh?
Much bigger.
it's bigger
Although
than
I
that.
was
It's
never not sober.
They filled it pretty good.
Sober. Nala, come here, baby. Come here. Come say hi to the boys.
Oh,
here.
here, Goose's dog is about
here.
a companion is
Come here.
ready to join us here. Here we go. Let's see it.
Hey.
Come on up.
One thing I wanted to mention about tonight's game, we were looking at the second period.
And that the whole USA hockey team went out till past 4 a.m. and that's where they're all messed up.
Wow. Yeah.
Wait,
You
really?
guys see that interview where he was being sarcastic to the guy?
Oh no.
The
Yeah, I
guy
did.
asked him a
Yeah.
question, he's like, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they were.
Wow.
Ian, did you ever find your way to the Brunswick House on Bloor in
No.
Toronto? No.
I did
Good
not,
little
no.
bar, college bar. You couldn't stand. It was rows of tables. You had to sit down, right? So you go up and get your drinks. You come back to your table, and that was it. Fucking, we were going in there early 90s. I think it was 50-cent draft night on Fridays, and you could buy a rack of shooters, 40 shooters for $20.
That's
Wow.
nuts.
You could I walked over there just
Now that's the
polluted.
bargain bin, the Ian Cameron
Hell
bargain
yeah.
bin, right?
Oh yeah,
That's
And
the
it-
bargain bin.
Maybe that's
And it
a
was
good
shitty
name right there
draft,
for a
but-
bar, the bargain bin. Now you're on to something.
Yeah.
We
But
used
I
to have a
always say
place
about the
in
plus
Edmonton
500
called.
goal props. Yeah.
We used to have a place in Edmonton called the Purple Onion, and
I've heard of the purple onion. I
yeah,
have. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. If before you open your eyes in the morning, if you have every memory of being at the Purple Onion, the first thing you do is go fuck no, and to make sure nobody's beside you. Like you just like.
So
If you made it to the
were you
Purple
talking
Onion,
about, were you talking about the
you
Brunswick
don't
House?
know
I'm
what's
reading the
gonna be
chat here. I got
happening.
Keebs as well. So been there many times. Last time I was there was a shooting. Never went back. And then it closed down. I think that was early 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. Long
Yeah.
after I stopped going.
That,
But this
it was
place-
like that 50-cent
Yeah.
shooters and 50
Oh, you
cent
could get-
drinks and
Oh, just
That would have
fucked
been
up
so.
on a Friday
If there had
night.
been a bar here in Minnesota that had 40 shots for $20 in like 2010, 2011, that would have been dangerous.
And those were the test tubes.
Yeah.
So that was the test tubes, right? You know what I mean? You got
Yeah,
nuts in
yeah.
a
Oh,
test tube,
Right.
right? Just
Yeah.
slam those. Fuck, we used to just buy the racks. Yeah, and then I got Taylor. Yeah, thanks, man. That's my son's dog. That's Nala. She's psycho. Like she's fucking psycho. This dog, man. But she's great. She's a cute little thing.
Hey, she
Does
learned
anybody have a
that's-
full game side on here? Anybody? Anybody
What?
take a full game side?
No.
No, I did not.
Vegas.
You have Vegas,
Oh,
right?
you do have Vegas?
It's not a
Oh,
side.
okay.
That's like
Around 2008. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I say, I've been out here now since I guess 2009 when I came out west. So I go back for visits, but if I go to Toronto, it's last time I was in Toronto was last year. I went for a Jays game. Me and the wife. I took her. She'd never been to a professional ball game, so we went to the Dome, checked out a game. So head to Cowboys on Thursdays for draft night. No, fuck, I don't go anywhere near fucking Cowboys, dude. I'm too fucking old for that shit.
that's the infamous, in Calgary. Yep.
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 Now, having said that, we're coming up on Stampede time. And for anybody that doesn't know, if you ever want a fucking summer trip, come to Calgary for Stampede. It's 10 days of abusing your liver. Like, it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even
good
think
things about it.
I don't think the video is still on, but so let's see. I was with the wife. So 2012, there was a video on YouTube, two guys doing a girl in the back alleyway. And the fucking girl, so she ended up in Grand Prairie, which is north of fucking Edmonton, north of Perlo. She was fucking stripping. They were paying her to go strip.
Oh, for real?
Trampede Sally was what they were calling her in the bar.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
I remember.
That
I
sounds
remember,
like-
I remember when that video was floating around.
That's
was
just called
funny.
Friday night at Barry T's.
Well, yeah, right. Goose is right. Stampede
What
isn't
do they
for
call
the
it,
faint of heart. No,
Trampede
it's not,
Sally?
Taylor. You're right, buddy.
Hopefully the father's
You're right.
not watching this.
Yeah.
That's
It's
the
like
famous
Trampede
Trampede.
Sally.
That's the famous
Better.
I'll
Trampede.
have to get my
Yeah.
passport, get up there one summer. That's all.
Oh, I'm telling you, hey, and if you come up, let me know. I got a fucking room. You can stay,
Okay.
no problem. I'm 20 minutes outside of Calgary, so it's nice.
Hey, that's an offer. You might have to take that one up.
Fucking
down
hey,
for
man,
You're gonna
show
come.
up.
You're
I've
gonna
never
come
ever
up
been
here,
to
Alex,
my
up
front
to
step.
Edmonton and Calgary.
I might do a
Probably
little
won't make it
Alberta
back to
tour.
Minnesota.
Once I
Nashville
I'll try to
North,
make it.
Nashville North is a good time. Yeah,
Yeah.
we got.
I want to get up to Minnesota. I want to get down to Minnesota sometime.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
first
Oh, yeah.
90 seconds for the Knights here.
Oh, here we go. We got second period started.
Yep. We're underway.
Just
First
to
couple
bring us
minutes.
back into focus, like
Yeah, right.
There you
Let's
go.
get going here.
Yeah,
How you
speaking of
doing,
the
John?
Hey,
Good
John.
to see
John
you, buddy.
Massey, what's up?
Massey. Vegas is pushing the pace early so far. So.
I figured they would. I figured they'd come out hot.
We've left John speechless right now. Yeah.
oh, I'm actually watching.
It's thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, Taylor's right downtown. Okay. Hey Taylor, I used to live 2 blocks. I lived on 14th, 2 blocks away from the dome. Had 3 hookers living the floor above me. Had a crack house across the street. Had a dope house across the street, and 2 drop-in centers down the road. It was a fucking fun neighborhood to live in. Let me tell you.
Get all your kicks up.
Calgary got hoods like that? Shit.
Oh fuck, dude! Right downtown. It's you make one wrong turn downtown off 17th Avenue. It's a whole different fucking ball game. Let me tell you, it's crazy.
It's a brand new world.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
yeah.
One stopped by Aiden Hill just now. Wow. Huge stop.
It's nowhere
Yeah.
near it.
1-1.
I don't think Calgary's hood is as bad as Edmonton's hood's more.
Oh yeah,
spread out.
no. Edmonton's got us way beat. Like, let's be honest.
Totally.
But like I said, where I was,
Calgary
there was
kicks them out. We have all the feeding places and stuff like that. Calgary boots them out. Here's
Yeah,
your
I'm sure
plus
I could walk up. I could wake up in either hood and just be like, oh, no big deal. Just walk around. Like
No, yeah,
I'm sure
absolutely.
it's not.
It'd be
It
like-
can't be anything like Chicago or even like East Side.
Oh no, not even close.
No,
Not even close.
no.
No, you'd probably look at it and go, okay, and
Are you
Alright,
really
so
comparing
little
the
guys
ghettos
have a little tired.
What about East Hastings?
little trash over here. Maybe hear a
Yeah.
one stray gunshot, possibly.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
I haven't seen a gun in 10 years, dude. I'm seriously. I don't even know what a gun is.
Right.
When there's a gunshot in Edmonton, like the whole world knows about it.
oh, there we go.
The shot heard
Vegas.
around the city. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, basically,
Robert,
from what I understand,
Oh,
from what I
wow.
understand, it's boom.
Oh.
Chandler Stevenson rips
Vegas.
one top corner.
Did
pass.
I had Stevenson.
Yeah.
There we go. Halfway home for both teams to score. Second period.
Mhm.
That was another Perlo call. Good call, buddy. That's
Yeah,
what I said.
good call.
All those looks were fantastic, man.
Yep.
I hopped on every one of them.
That was a
I'm
great.
glad the
How
props are
good,
coming
guys?
in.
How good has Chandler Stevenson been in these
Oh.
playoffs for Vegas?
Great.
How good has he been? He's been terrific.
He's a
How's
pretty
he
good.
good? Has he been forever? Like Washington Capitals shit the bed
Ooh.
hardcore on.
Yeah,
That's
he
They
was,
want
yeah.
a mulligan there.
he was good with them too. He's a good depth.
Yes.
When you think what the Washington Capitals had, Siegenthaler, freaking Stevenson,
They had Orlov.
Forsberg. Jesus.
That's
Oh,
cool. Huge
man.
early goal. Yeah, you got that one, Taylor. Now we just need.
They have a whole
He
lot of
does.
mulligans, Washington. That the guys they might want to have back
Yeah.
still.
What a
Yeah.
shot, hey! Across the
Yeah,
row,
it was.
back where it came from.
Perfect shot. Yeah.
Now we just need that Dallas. What the fuck is
Oh, we're setting
That was
ourselves up for a nice third.
That was
Just
a
need
top
that
team's
Dallas
top
goal.
corner rifle with that shot.
Yeah, you're right, Robert. They did. They paid the price for
How
sure.
good was the off puck motion though too?
It was.
On the
Nobody
weak side.
stayed. It was stagnant. Exactly,
It
John.
was.
Everybody was moving. Not just the puck moving. The players were moving in the offensive
Did you
zone,
take
right?
over? Didn't you take over 1.5 points for Marcia so Goose?
Yep.
You got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I say, man. The Marchessault and Barbashev at home, they're almost automatic. Like they really, especially in the playoffs, they haven't missed much. I think I've missed on them twice, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah, that was a good bet. I should have did that instead of putting two pearls on -160. But oh well.
But the one thing that's surprising me right now is we haven't heard Pavelski whatsoever.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Like he's been
been
a ghost so far.
That's
Yeah, he
strange.
does that though.
Yep.
He's one of those guys that sits in the weeds, and next thing you know, he pots one. He does that all the time.
Yeah, I know,
Next
but
thing you know, he
this-
scores the overtime winner. Like in
This
game
is
one.
not a game
Right.
for him to be sitting
He's
in the
been a
weeds.
little,
He's
like,
got to
he
be
needs to
driving,
get
We're
right?
pulling in on him.
Driving
You can
these
tell.
guys.
He's been a little
He needs
slow.
to be the guy to get the next goal.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, I
The
agree.
king of that, the king of that in the history was Brett Hall. Brett Hall, you wouldn't even hear his freaking name, and
he
then
popped
boom,
up.
boom.
Boom,
Yeah,
there he
he
is.
was-
Yeah,
He was
scoring.
amazing
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
The other thing is penalties or a power play
Yeah.
for Pavelski.
Well, yeah.
And Vegas has got this game at
There
5
you
on,
go.
speaking of penalties, 5
Both
on 5
team-
even strength.
Scores second period. Bingo.
Holy shit! Yes, Robertson.
Got it.
JR.
And Robertson. I got
JR,
Robertson
wake
shot.
it
That
up.
was a little floater.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
must
it
admit,
was.
I didn't
Threw
touch
off
Robertson.
Peter and
And the draw
Hill
is
didn't
back in
track it
play
and
again.
just beats him.
And the
What a
draw.
weird
We're
shot.
gonna just
He didn't get
clean
all of
up
it.
this.
He like fanned on that partially, and it just it fooled the goalie. It was off speed.
And Massey hasn't even
Hit,
given a
shoot.
kick yet, so we're not even close to done.
Shoot the puck.
Both teams to
Shoot
score.
the
Cash
puck.
it. Plus 170. There it is.
Yeah, buddy.
There you
That
go,
was,
Nick. That's what we
low
do here
hanging
on the
fruit, that
Betcast,
one.
Nick. We're cashing
What'd
some
you say?
tickets here.
Plus 170 on that. on one-
I only got
That's a
155.
great
I
point,
feel like I got ripped off.
Yeah.
I think Jay Powell heard us speaking nil on his name, by the way.
Pavelski get a stick on
Yeah,
that?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pavelski
Pavelski.
get a stick
Yeah.
on that?
It started with
Pavelski got
him.
an
He's the one that
assist.
pulled up and started the
Suter.
breakout.
Yeah.
Where
And he
the
got an
heck
assist,
is
him and
my
Suter on that goal. Yep.
You didn't get a piece of that?
Shoot
He
the
almost
puck.
did.
That,
No,
that
he
was a
almost did
wobbly.
like that.
I'm going to say in Robertson because it was a. By the way, I'm like
Oh, I see,
25 seconds behind you on broadcast television.
I'm a little
That was the
bit
both
behind you.
teams to score cash in 4.5
Oh,
minutes.
hold on.
Yeah.
That's good. Joe Powell.
Those are the
Makes
fun
up for
ones.
starting to make up for my shitty ass baseball picks last 2 days.
This is a hell of a hockey game. The pace
Yeah,
is
it's
just
good.
terrific.
Yeah, it is.
It really is good. Yeah.
I can't get it. Saturday night. Love it.
Oh,
It's got to be a good game.
Betcast.
Oh, what a stop. Did Ottinger get a piece of that? But boy, Vegas came close just there. Yeah.
that puck was laying there too.
Yeah. See, that's a good response by Vegas after seeing Dallas tie it like that. Yep. The next shift, right,
Aye.
Nick? Next shift after a
Yeah.
goal, Nick. You know that as a player.
It's probably the biggest one. And
Yep.
probably the fucking first shift of the periods.
Yeah.
I'd say between those two.
Show me what you got.
Yay.
Holy shit! What a larcenous stop by Ottinger.
Oh my
Wow,
god!
point blank.
What the hell?
Oh,
Pretty crazy how they just show that
Look at
statistic of
Ottinger just
Robertson and the rest of
wasting
the
right
team.
now.
there.
Holy shit!
yeah,
That
Pretty
is
crazy
their
how
recipe
Robertson
for success.
yeah. Struggled so much early in the playoffs. Robertson now he's scoring every game again.
Do you know what's funny? Ever since Ben got suspended,
Yeah,
He's
he
just
moved
been
up the
doing
line
That
all
was
up again.
before then.
I can hear Alanis Morissette in the background singing, "Isn't it ironic?"
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Like,
about things about nothing that's actually ironic at all.
It's not ironic that they're playing well without Jamie Benn. It's not ironic at all to me. Yeah. It's not.
I think that's unfair to Robertson because he was playing pretty well in this series and scored
Yeah.
even with Ben on the ice.
I'd laugh I wouldn't laugh my ass off because I have Dallas futures to win this conference and win the cup. So I'd be upset if they lose the series, and I would laugh still if they win tonight. They get Jamie Benn back in Game 6, and that's the game they
And
lose.
lose, yeah.
It's over. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Right,
Yeah.
that's the old guy comes back. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's sort of like a side dish of karma for you, Mr. Ben.
Karma. Yeah. Instant karma is
Yeah.
going to get him, and yeah, exactly.
Oh, I didn't order that. Oh, yeah, you did. Here's your order of karma.
Yeah. Apparently, it was a weird vibe. They said that the people were kind of bugged by what he did because they know he fucked up royally, and yet he
Yeah.
never admitted fucked up royally. He came up with that
Wow.
lame-ass fucking pathetic excuse, landing spot.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't use him as a landing spot. There's no landing spot that says drive the stick into the guy's head. You're
Yeah,
fucking
you know,
idiot for saying that. Sorry.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, just own it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's not a landing spot. That's driving your stick willingly into the guy's melon.
Like I said,
Britney Spears.
I think he got the
It's
extra
top
game
6.
because of his bullshit answer.
Yeah.
If he went into that,
Hopefully so.
if he went into the interview and said, "Oh, it's just my landing spot," well, we were gonna give you 1, but fucking for that we give you 2.
Mhm.
Jesus.
Where do
I
you
mean,
drive?
hopefully that makes sense.
Where are you at, brother? I'm curious. I used to drive cab when I was working factory in Midland back in the day.
Did you ask where I'm from?
No, IceX.
Oh, in the chat. Oh, you're talking in the
Yeah.
chat. Okay.
IceX lives in
I'm gonna make sure
Calgary?
you're aware of that. Yeah. Okay. Type your answer, IceX. I thought you were asking about us. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about now?
Right, yeah.
IceX
No,
lives
Goose,
in
Goose has
Calgary?
interacted with the chat better than Ian or I.
I know exactly. We ignored
Yeah,
that. you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I got
Moderator.
One job. I got one job in this shit. I'm like, fuck.
We do appreciate the chat. Ken Peacock, BG Eel, BEPX.
I've been reading it,
Double
but I
X,
just haven't been typing back. I've
Bischoff.
been answering on
Yeah.
in person.
Keeps everyone in the chat.
Well,
we
that's
appreciate
right. I'm
it.
reading it, so I'm talking, so because I know he's listening because he said he had it turned down because he had a passenger. So I'm like, okay, well, you're driving cab, so where the fuck are you, dude? Where are you at?
And
IceX
Belfast,
from
Northern
Oklahoma.
Ireland for our guy Robert Higgins, which is great to
Yeah.
see, actually. Yeah.
Shout out to Robert.
Yep.
Always after me.
I'm
Lucky
surprised.
Charms,
I think he
tell
might be
ya.
joining us maybe the third period because I think that's when he joined us the other night. But I'm surprised we haven't seen Landon yet. Landon's supposed to be on the radar.
I thought he was in the chat for a
Dallas
minute.
Stars fan. Yep.
I'm sorry. Whenever I hear that somebody's from Northern Ireland, I can only think of Derry girls. And talking like they're from Derry.
Derry City, right?
Derry.
Derry, yeah.
Derry. Northern Ireland.
I'm in New Jersey. Okay, he's in New Jersey. Okay, well,
I'm in
that's
New Jersey too.
I must admit, I've
Yeah, I
been
knew
to
Nick
I've
was
been
a
to
New
3
Jersey
places
guy.
in the States.
IceX is?
Jersey ain't one of them.
There you
So,
go.
I'm sorry.
Ken's in London. right up, brother.
IceX a New Jersey guy? Okay, I thought he was saying he was
And Ken Peacock's over in London, England. Cheers.
Oh, nice.
So,
Cheers
Nick-
to the UK guy.
Nick, are you a Devils fan too, or are you? 'Cause
No, I'm
you
an
never
Islanders
know with
fan.
Jersey guys.
My dad was born in Brooklyn, moved to Long Island, and I inherited that one. So he grew
No,
up,
fucking
Oh.
grew
John.
up when they were
Fuck
good.
off
So.
with Shirelli. He
All right,
fucked up
we're in
the
Brooklyn.
season. I don't need him.
Where in Brooklyn? He was on like 2nd Avenue around there. It was he moved when he was like 2. He was really young. It was when it was starting to get a little shady in Brooklyn, so they moved to Long Island.
Shady in Brooklyn. Never.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why didn't I take over?
Tell me how rough Brooklyn was compared to like the hard
New
streets
New
of Edmonton.
Jersey. New Jersey.
Yeah.
Nobody from New Jersey.
Not
speaks
fasting.
like that.
Give me a car.
Yeah, give me a cop. Yeah.
Cheers right back at you, Ken. Now I'll get off the.
That's Boston. I mean, I spend too much of my days now in Canada, so I might as well be a Canadian at this point. I married one.
There
Oh,
you
you
go.
married
How
a
often are you here, Nick? How often?
I'd say I probably come quite a bit. I mean, junior hockey, that's all I played because, I mean, I was a firm believer that USA Hockey and Hockey Canada are 2 light years away from each other. USA Hockey does not want to take the ego away and try to copy Hockey Canada. So, whatever. That's their prerogative. But I think Canadians played the right way. I think my passion was to go major junior in the O because I felt like that was the fast track to the NHL, and that's where I wanted to be. So that's the easiest equivalent to me. It was tough because I think I grew up around the age where, like, I'm a 96. So, like, 95, 96, 97s. It was like when we grew up playing junior hockey, first getting in, is like they wanted older. Then we got older and they wanted younger. And it was a nightmare. And then NCAA hockey wasn't as big as it was until I got like 22, 23 until the reputable this. So it was like I already lost my eligibility too because I tried to go major junior. So it was just a whole nightmare.
Lando, what's going on, brother?
The Betcast continues.
Always,
does.
always. Happy Saturday, my man. Happy Saturday.
Likewise. Hey, Nick, if you don't mind, I had a question for you while you were talking through that. What would you say are the big 3 differences between USA versus Canada hockey? Because I got a little one, and I'm not opposed to sending them to some kind of gulag in Canada for hockey.
Okay. I think overall, honestly, the coaching's a little bit better. I think it's just it's just a better, well-oiled machine. I think you're starting to see it's a new, like, and getting into like all this stuff with my business and all this, you're starting to see there's a new wave actually of hockey in the States. You're seeing it's first generation all over again starting to inject themselves into the game of hockey. So you're seeing a lot of watered downness, to be honest. People are in it for a narrative. Like, I'm getting into the advising aspect and being a mentor and all that stuff. And like, I'd be the first one to say, like, I'm getting into it because it's a necessity in the hockey world, but I think they created it as a necessity in the hockey world. It's more of a money grab. It is what it is. It used to be back in the day where I grew up, it was 5% advising agent, 95 you didn't need it. Now these guys won't talk to you unless you have an agent or an advisor, so you kind of need it. I think the three biggest differences, one, I think, is coaching. Other than, I think that's a big thing. I think gameplay is a little different. I mean, it's starting to change a little bit for me. Like what I was going to get into, Division I, when I was growing up, it was all chip and chase. I fucking hated that. Like, the NHL is not played like that, so I was like, why the fuck do I want to play that? Right. So the narrative is starting to change a little bit. Hockey is getting better, but I think hockey is getting better in the States also is because the population. I mean, there's a lot more compared to Canadians, so you're going to get a bigger sample size of players that are going to be good, right?
Per capita type of deal. Like, you are going to see more America because of just the bigger size of the population in the country. And you are seeing, Texas and Florida and Sunbelt states and Arizona, they're starting to develop good players. They are.
And like Texas, football hotbed. There's not kids that want to be a third or fourth string center. They rather, I'm talking about football center, hiking the ball. Yeah. Occasionally at practice, you can have that athletic talent, diversify that pool into other sports, but you just don't have the same outlets. And obviously it makes sense too, right? Canada, close to the source, hockey, further you get away, the more diluted it gets to some degree. So totally makes sense. I appreciate you sharing that insight. That was something interesting to hop on here. You say,
yeah, no worries. If you ever had anything, feel free to reach out to me on the side, or Ian can give you my information. Feel free to pick my brain and stuff.
Oh yeah, we're starting negotiating that draft status. We're gonna be talking. This guy behind me over here.
Yeah, I'm into it. I love it. We need a prodigy in a face, right? So,
by the way, Rich, yeah, I like that grab, Rich. Vegas next goal. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm liking that.
You've been lighting the board up, Goose. I've been listening in.
You've been good. Goose got the hot hand here right now.
Oh, I'm backpacking off Rich on this one. He's got Vegas next goal, second period, plus 175. I think that's a good call.
Oh, that's a great price. Yeah, I'm seeing 115. So yeah, anything that high.
I'm just looking for it now. So, and I was going to say, Nick, I agree with you.
I appreciate the thoughts there.
The hockey
not always amazing, but
thank you. We appreciate
hockey in the States is getting better. The coaching seems to be better. When I see American players as opposed to Canadian players, the coaching it's better. Like, and I don't understand why, because we've been at this so fucking long. And like, I got a couple guys live in my neighborhood. The one guy he works at a educational. Basically, it's an education academy, but they have a hockey program within it. So he also does coaching, and he's stuck in the 90s, for fuck's sakes. Like, he really is. When I talk to him about hockey, I'm like, what are you teaching your kids? It doesn't seem to be it doesn't seem to be changing with the times, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, if you really want to get in the weeds, sorry about that. Yeah. If you want to get
in the NHL,
yeah.
But why are we surprised when they're at lower levels?
I
compare Canadian hockey coaching to American Little League baseball coaching, where there's favoritism, there are slots. It's not necessarily by talent. It's kind of archaic, and this over specialization. And then when they have to do something different or do something to change, they're not ready to do so. They don't have the skills of adaptation.
Exactly.
One-trick ponies.
Yeah. They're almost leaving it up to the kids to figure out the intricacies instead of teaching them. In this situation, you got to make sure you're doing this. If you're a defenseman, you got to be doing this. If you're a winger, you got to be doing this. And you got to be ready to switch on a dime. You got to be ready to turn. You got to think. You got to have your fucking head in the game. Enough is enough. But when I'm refereeing, I see this all the time, and I'm like, I hear the coach screaming. Just fucking screaming at the players. And I'm like, why? You're not teaching them anything. You're not helping them. all you're doing is yelling at them, and you sound like they're old man. And they're thinking, "Fuck you, asshole." I know that's what I used to think.
You scream in support. You talk privately.
Never mind dad up in the stands. Pass the puck, fucking shoot. It's like, shut up, sit down and enjoy it, dude. Come on. So, but like that's essentially what drove me out of hockey as a referee, out of minor and out of major and junior. I couldn't deal with it anymore.
Yeah,
right?
They say that they're having a hard time retaining USA hockey officials the same way.
No fucking doubt.
The feedbacks from the fact that the parents are crazy. They try to implement certain things now, like they'll penalize people. They really are trying to slap it down with the youth clubs. Like if a parent's out of line, fuck up here. But it's still driving people away. You can still see like with reffing, the numbers are still down.
Oh yeah, right. Like I still get calls. I get calls every year from the guys here in my city. Hey, you want to come back and ref minor? No, I got no fucking desire to. And especially, so where I am, I'm just north of Calgary. We got 3 arenas in the city. Every arena, you have to walk through the crowd, essentially, to get from the ice to your room, to your change room.
Mm-hmm.
The last year, I had fucking parents swinging at me.
Oh,
and I'm old enough, fuck you, I swing back.
Of course.
Like, fuck you.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh, yeah. Deadly, man. I'm not.
There are some not so psycho.
Yo, what's going on?
Crazy.
Rico. Yeah, no, it's true, right? Like you got
What's up?
And I'm working with 18-year-olds, and they're looking at me like, what do I do? And I tell them, get in the room. One of you's phone the cops because they're going to need it. I don't. Fuck you. You swing at me, I'm swinging back, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's self-defense. If they swing at me,
I love it. I love it.
I actually both.
If they make the first swing, you're self-defending.
Yeah.
Yourself.
Oh, that's fair game, eh? I'm not gonna.
I did a OHL game my last year, OHA game, sorry, in a place called Georgina, north of Toronto, and we came off the ice and the guy was swinging at us. I fucking grabbed the shirt, pulled it right over his head, and I fucking started feeding him. I played hockey for years. The old man taught me how to fight. Don't even fucking try that shit. Next thing I know, I got OPT, 3 of them on me.
Sounds like an episode of Shoresy here.
Pretty fucking close, let me tell you. But I ended up in court. I had to go to court because the guy wanted to charge me with assault.
Right.
Luckily, I had umpteen witnesses that came forward and said, "Oh no, he swung at them first." It just so happened I was the one he hit. Like, fuck you, I'm not taking that. I took punches in games all the time. As a linesman, that's what you get paid for, is to break up fights and take a shot. That's the way it goes. Yeah. But once I step off that ice, go fuck yourself. I'm not there for you to abuse me. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Especially what I get paid in junior. Junior was $40 a game.
Jeez, it's a lot more than that now.
Right?
Ouch.
And we didn't even get paid mileage because the referee did the driving. So you get $40 a game. That was it.
That's crazy.
Right? I could do 3 minor hockey games in the same amount.
And they trying to swing at you too? Yeah, no, I wouldn't stand for that shit either.
No, exactly, right? So, and like I say, over the years, when you're younger, you think, oh, this is great. This is fun. But once you hit 40 and plus, you go, why am I being abused? Like, why the fuck am I
no gracias.
For doing your job. Yeah.
You're just doing your job, and these psycho parents are just losing their shit for ridiculous reasons.
And like I say, I can sit here and tell you all that I'm a great referee, and you got no choice but to believe me. I was a decent referee. I called a decent game because I never liked fucking shit in my games.
Every ref makes a mistake. Everybody.
Oh yeah, right. But I was never I missed that call, so I got to make this call. It was like, well, I missed that call. I'll get you eventually. You're gonna.
I'm gonna be honest. I let them. I might call one player on each side. I don't fucking let you. As long as you're not swinging the stakes or fucking killing each other.
You'd let the play go. You let the game breathe.
Play the game. Yep, exactly.
I'd rather the ref because then you set a certain standard. Now you're like, okay, if you call this, now you better fucking.
Everybody knows.
If you don't do it, because you're not consistent. So I'd rather you just not fucking do anything.
No, but you know what?
Let the game breathe is a good comment, though.
Third period, right? I never ever shied away from making the call in the last 2 minutes because I called it all game. Interference, roughing, it didn't matter. If it was a good call, I made it. Especially against the puck carrier, right? A foul against the puck carrier is always a good call. 2 guys down the corner, fucking exchanging phone numbers, whatever. Fucking, drop the gloves for fucking. Let's go. Like, fuck. Jesus. Nothing worse than
take away from the play. Honestly, for the most part, shove it. Like, let it go. I agree. Let it go. Why,
Let it
might
go.
as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
I don't know.
I usually tell them, well, either drop the gloves or shut up. Like, you want to drop the gloves, drop the gloves. We'll stand back. We'll let you go, especially in junior. Fuck, you got front row seats for a fucking good fight. Fucking have at her, boys.
Yeah.
But
I love when they chirp me, though. It's like, you suck.
Yeah,
I
it's
suck.
like-
You fucking suck.
exactly.
Go to the bench. Just go.
Just go. Enough. Get a number. Fucking
Yeah.
grab the next fucking face off. Have at her. But yeah, like, so to get back to it, like, yeah, it's up here, especially in Canada, especially in the bigger cities, the bigger metropolitan, like Toronto, Calgary, Vancouver. I know a couple of guys out that way. They're all saying the same thing. Young kids are not getting into it because there's too much fucking abuse. They don't want to be bothered with it. And I don't blame them. Like when I grew up, I grew up in a city of like 12,000 people. I knew everybody because my dad grew up there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fine. I got called a fucking asshole all the time, but whatever, it is what it is. Right? Like, you know what I mean? But I knew everybody, so it made my life a little easier, right? You could talk to the players, you could get them to sort and separate, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're in Toronto, right, calls to cops all the time now, apparently. Barrie, which is just north of Toronto, apparently it's really bad there, right? Guys are not putting up with it. And it's the older guys that are staying away or staying around. The young guys, they can't get them to stay. So I don't know what the fuck's going to happen in another 10 years if they don't get it fucking sorted out.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's funny. Hey, the one thing before I get Lando, two things I think advice-wise, coaching, find the right coach. And honestly, until he gets to like 13, 14 years old, just make sure he's getting the most reps he can possible. Everybody's always worried
Ice
about
time.
everybody's always worried about AAA. It's one thing to be on a AAA team, and it's another thing to be playing. Like, it's more
That's what I said.
playing than being
100%.
Thing is, half of those
that's
AAA
it.
teams are already bought and paid for too. Half the time you go to a tryout for a AAA team, that team's already been made before you walk in that locker room. So
It's fugazi.
yeah,
It's just already for nothing.
AAA,
He's not going to get any fucking better, not getting on the ice, right?
I mean,
That's the thing.
I see it in pro hockey too. Guys go up to even AHL, ECHL, SPHL. You see it at all three levels until they make it to the show. You see it at these levels. You see guys, honestly, they go up to the coast. They don't play much. They sit on the bench. They sit there for 2 years. They come back to the spill. They're one of the worst fucking players in the team.
So I got one more thing to say on this subject. I got John Massey typing in, decide not to call something because the time moment in a game is still deciding the game is the official. You are correct, and we're taught game management. Any referee that says he doesn't manage a game is fucking lying to you. What I'm saying to you is a trip in the first is still a trip in the third. But if I've got two guys wrestling in the corner and they're not deciding a play, I'm not worrying about that shit. I got guys in front of the net. So that's what I was talking about there. But yeah, like, you know, when referees say they're not managing a game, if they're not managing their game, then they're not doing it right. You have to manage a game. You have to,
well, especially if both guys are obliging. If they're off the play and they're wrestling each other in a corner and they're both obliging and one guy's not beating on a senseless player, that's different.
Exactly, right. But what I'm saying is my calls were always the same. A trip in the first is a trip in the third. A rough in the first is a rough in the third. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes left or 20 minutes left, right?
I don't care how you ref, just be consistent.
Right, exactly, right. But you know what I mean? Everybody says, well, referees aren't supposed to manage a game. How the fuck do you think they get through a game? They manage.
Of course
it.
you are.
We're taught that, right? Yeah. Now, I'm telling you for a fact, in junior, you'll have you'll have the supervisor come into the room in the second period, the end of the second. He'll tell you, hey, listen, you missed this and this. You know, you probably could have called those, and you're calling too many of these. So try and lay off that. We're getting that in the middle of a game. And that's not us. That's coming from the fucking supervisor who's, a 20-year, 30-year vet. So as a young guy, like, what the fuck are you supposed to do? If you want to keep the job, you do what you're told, essentially, right? So not as big and over when it's
how about a trip in overtime? How would you go about that? A trip in overtime.
All right, so and how bad?
The guy with the puck, I know you'd call it. Away from the play would
from the play, I'd leave it be unless it's one of those egregious boom, one of these
Hail Marys.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Right. If it's the guy falling on the ice and he swings a stick and it knocks the guy over, fuck it. Too bad, so sad. But against the puck carrier, if it causes a turnover, shit like that, you got to call it. You have to. Because if not, you've now influenced the game in the wrong way.
By
right?
not
So,
calling it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, and this is what I say, and I always laugh when people go, call the rule book. Really? You want me to call the rule book? Fine. I'll call the rule book. You're not going to like it. You're not going to enjoy the hockey.
If we called by the rule book, you wouldn't make it out of the first 5 fucking minutes.
Thank you. Right?
Yeah, that's the letter of the law versus the spirit of the law. Where you just, and that's where you manage. That's the managing.
And I'll tell you this: I don't know about the American rule book, but the Canadian hockey rule book, after every infraction, it's at the discretion of the referee. It actually says that in the fucking rule book. So take that to the bank as well. So right.
And
so
don't think the refs don't scout the players either before a game starts. They go down the lineup and they identify who's a problem and what their issues are and what their habits are. You know, it's scouting.
If you see the guys
identify the Matt,
I'm that guy that gets
or the Michael Bunting
another time because the guy hated me.
Right. If I look at the game sheet and
they know who the Nick Minervas are. They know.
Nick Minerva.
but I also start the game with a clean slate. If Nick's an asshole for the last 5 games before, when I step out on the ice, I might know who he is. But I'm still going to give him, show me you're not an asshole tonight. Oh, you're going to be an asshole. Guess
still
what?
are.
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. Right? There's ways around that shit.
So bad at times. I'd skate by the other bench and be like, "Go fuck yourself." I get inciting. I'm like, "Bro, are you serious?"
Yeah, that's too much.
Right, and that's what makes the game hard on the official, because you're balancing all of that shit, right? You're having to balance it all. So
no AI can do that shit.
Managing, that's for sure. Managing personalities, because every player plays the game differently, harder, softer, finesse, over the line, crossing the line, skirting the line, approaching the line. Yeah, exactly. And you know who that is and who that isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, folks. Without this game in the intermission for a second, I'm about to take on.
Yeah, where are we at?
It's tied to So I'm leaving out. I got to dip on out, but I'll try and jump in on the chat for a little bit toward the end. So.
Yeah.
Where's the date? Where's the date, Alex? Where are you taking her?
No, just
don't take her to Chili's.
No. No.
Hey, it's 2 for $25. What you want, girl? Pick one.
Chili. Hey, listen, I love Chili's, but that's not the date place for sure. No, not at all. So.
You got a date tonight?
No. Just meeting up with the people.
Yeah.
All right.
Good stuff, Alex. We'll see you on Monday. Yeah.
Yep. Later, y'all.
Yeah.
Cheers later, Alex.
There he is. My colleague. For 6 years now, Alex, on doing this show.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Hardest working guys on YouTube.
We appreciate that. Yeah, we try to be. I mean, every day,
always there.
Games we're on pretty much throughout the.
Hey, Ian, does FanDuel have an X goal prop on Olofsson at all?
You got her, John.
We need to press it.
That's a good point.
I'm looking at both teams to score third period plus 170.
I got Olofsson at plus 700 for an anytime goal. I listened to the Ice guys today.
Good.
Let's pop one in here. Let's pop one in.
The 2 games in Dallas, nobody scored a third period goal.
I know.
33-1.
I know. I had the over.
33-1 right now to score a goal. Plus 30.
I just been dying to get that out there.
I have a feeling that this third period is going to be way more fun than the first 2 were, so I'm taking a chance on that one.
I wish you well. That means my over is going to cash, so I'm cheering for
it.
We need 2 for the over as well, so that's I'm hedging. Yeah. I'm taking a chance.
That's the script.
What does Carolina have to do differently?
I don't have anything here. I mean,
they got to get healthy, John. Plain and simple. John's asking, what does Carolina have to do differently next season to advance?
It was the Brady Brunch.
I think they got to get healthy, and they got to stay healthy, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they have to get healthy, and I think I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Ian. We talked about how sometimes a team can be just too mechanical, and sometimes Carolina looks like they're just too mechanical.
They need to get younger in goal. Kochetkov, it's his time.
I love Brindamore, but he's kind of got a little stutter in him. So
predictable.
Yeah, like you got to be a little more creative as well. So
they also tried to make a couple of trades, and they weren't on the the right side of them. They weren't the team that ended up getting the player. So maybe they're one trade away from having somebody where they don't have to rely on that system so much.
Yeah. I don't know, like Svechnikov to me should score more than he does. He's a great two-way player.
In the defensive zone, he can't get up the ring because he played man-on-man the whole time.
Oh yeah, he's an amazing defensive player.
Yeah.
He's an amazing defensive player, no doubt about that. And good, that's a really good point, Nick. And that's kind of like the Sutter syndrome. You play man-on-man like that, and by the time you get to the offensive zone, you're burnt out.
The game's too mixed. I mean, the coaches that have implemented man-on-man for me, like growing up, I'm just like, why? Like, I mean, I guarantee if you went through the locker room and asked those guys, like the elephant in the room, they'd be like, dude, if Brendan Moore's an idiot for fucking playing man-on-man. I don't know why we do it, but I do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the game's going towards a hybrid now, right? Like Vegas plays a hybrid.
Yeah,
Vegas
100%. Below the dots, play man-on-man to a certain extent. You gotta, above the dots, below you gotta play a layered system, right? In my opinion, it creates such chaos and confusion. Instead, you're just fucking running around. It's the NHL. These guys know how to move the pill better than ever before, and the game's faster than ever before. In my opinion, that's how it's just went.
If you go the exact opposite, you get what Florida was last year. And you got guys flying the zone all day long, and you can't do that either, right? Like,
totally agree.
That's why I had Florida last year not making it, and this year I learned a lot. I think New Jersey's going to get it down. It's just they're green right now. I was a little bit too heavy on Jersey. I always do that with green teams too. I think Jersey's getting it down pretty good, but
yeah, they're getting there. I mean, they're moving in the right direction, which is nice to see.
We got to ask Nick, what would you like to see the Islanders do other than the obvious need more offense?
I mean, I guess maybe Lou Lamoriello's got to change some of his old school ways, hey?
Yeah.
I don't know. Their goaltending's very good. I think losing the coach had something to do with that. I mean, Barry Trotz is Barry Trotz. Like I said, I made on the note on the last podcast. I think there's something to be said for certain types of coaches. I don't know what, like to a certain extent, I understand why certain coaches get fired, but then you see other coaches get fired, and it's like, well, that guy got fired, went to this team, and now he's having the same success. It's like the same 4 or 5 having the same repeated success year after year. As of late, in my opinion. So it's just like, I mean,
wouldn't you agree though, Nick, that it was pretty likely he wanted to go to Nashville and be a general manager, and Lamoriello knew it, and he took the heat off of him by just firing him and not saying anything, because he doesn't want people to know why Trotz is. That's the way Lamoriello is. That's the cool thing about Lambs. He's going to protect his people.
He's very old school. Yeah,
he's going to protect his people, and he's going to take the heat off of them. So.
Yeah.
I can see that. At the end of the day, like, I mean, it's hard. You got to call a spade a spade. Like, dude, Lou Lamoriello is arguably one of the best GMs I think in my lifetime that I've seen. So.
Yeah. But,
although he did let Devon Taves go, and that was a mistake. Let's be real. That's one of the worst he's made, probably in his whole career. I don't think he's been as good with the Islanders, quite honestly, as GM as he was with the Devils. And
his son's maybe the assistant GM. Maybe he lets him make a little more shots than we think.
Maybe, but that's one where he's looking back. And can I have a redo on the Devon Taves letting him go to Colorado? Come on,
a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
But I was talking about this today. And Lamoriello is the kind of guy and that will actually ask the player, where do you want to go? And he'll take less to send him there. He's that kind of guy. And that's why anybody, if they ever have cap room, which they never do, everybody will go to the Islanders in a heartbeat, because they know Lamoriello is going to care about the player first. Before. Right. Do you remember when Sean Burke was up for he was a free agent and they weren't going to be able to sign him, and there was teams offering picks for him, and he said, unless you give me a first, I'm not trading him. And his reason why was because he's got to move his family, he's got to go everywhere. I don't even know if he wants to go to that place. And he talked to him, and the guy didn't want to go there, and then they were going to move his family, so he didn't take a pick or nothing, let him go. That's the kind of thing that Lamoriello will do, right? So I think with Taves probably said, for some reason he liked Colorado, and he took the second round 2 seconds and sent him there. I wouldn't doubt it, but Who knows?
I mean, I don't think Devon Taves is complaining, to be honest.
Yeah.
Worked out all right.
He's doing okay, Devon Taves in Colorado. You know what it is, too? We thought Devon Taves, and you can speak to this, Nick, you're an Islander fan. You watch them all the time these years, but he was always just stay at home. You didn't really notice him too much with the Islanders. And then Devon Taves goes to Colorado, more up-tempo, offensive-minded system. He's jumping into the play, and he's shooting the puck, and he's got points galore now all of a sudden. It's like, where did that come from? Maybe you had it all along and you just couldn't play that way.
Yeah, I think he did. He played in Surrey, so I had a little bit of a background because I ended up playing there. And then I watched him play with a teammate of mine, Connor Clifton, in Quinnipiac. And I didn't really know who he was. And I remember going to watch Clifton, and I remember seeing him. And I was like, I looked at my dad. I go, who's that guy? He's pretty fucking good. Yeah. I just liked his overall two-way game. I find that's kind of more of like how I tailor my game towards, so that's probably why I kind of liked what he brought to the table. He can play defense, but he can help chip away offensively.
He has a killer first pass, eh, Nick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He does. Yeah. And that's something to be said for that. I'd like to think I do as well when I play.
That's the buzzword, first pass. I mean, every team wants it, needs it out of their blue line these days. And their defenseman is that first pass just to alleviate the pressure.
So are we going to overtime?
Tonight?
I hope so.
I hope so. 340 ticket says hopefully. Yeah.
No. I hope so.
I'm gonna give
I got a draw. I got the line.
Scoreless or both teams to score?
I don't like
John Matthew with the rebuttal. Another thing Lou will do is overpay 32-year-old forward.
Yes. Yeah. Well, he'll overpay Horvats too, and then tell everybody that he did it because he didn't want to do it and was told to do it. I think that's what's happening more on the island there.
That's when you know you're near the end of your reign, when you do something that you know you shouldn't do, but you have to do it because the market dictates it. It's like, okay, yeah.
He just flat out said we gave him too much money and too much term. So
for sure.
Where's the pressure coming from there? It's pressure's coming from ownership. And that I think that's happening more and more in this era now. Ownership has much more sponsors and all of that put more pressure on what general managers do than actual general managers making decisions. It appears that way to me because there's just stupid stuff happening. Like that was a stupid move. Terrible move.
It makes up for all those years the players made peanuts.
Yeah,
they're cashing in.
I still think the Islanders are missing a bona fide fucking stud. They're just.
Is everybody on a draw in this game, or is anybody on a side?
No, Rich is on the side. Vegas, right?
Yeah, I took the Vegas money line in some of my single game parlays, but nothing large.
You can guess.
Like, what about? If you're not on a draw, what about Vegas minus 1.5? They come out and they score the next goal, and all of a sudden Dallas pulls the goalie.
And they got to pull the goalie earlier. That's
and go Vegas puck line for the. Yeah, that's
I have a little bit of that.
I'm not on any side.
Puck line. Yeah,
totally
yeah, like you're talking plus 400 here.
That's a good.
The only thing I have a problem with right now in doing that is I'm not comfortable with Hill right now. He's not getting up very well. Ice
played a lot. Yeah,
Ice X with his Dallas to win is starting to look a little more like I don't know.
I'll tell you
what's in the way of the 1.5. It's
in this third period. I'm gonna take Dallas, and I'm gonna take Dallas in regulation. It's looking juicy at plus 250. It's a homer bet. Tell me at your own risk. I'm out. I'm gonna watch the third period with the wife and get drunk. It was a pleasure, as always.
Brandon, hopefully you've got another game on tap Monday night with your Stars. Yeah.
I'm
going to have my own Betcast.
Company, thank you. I look forward to the next one. Thanks, Ian. I appreciate it.
Nick, awesome seeing you again, Landon.
Yeah, likewise. Rico, Rich, Perlo.
Yeah. See you, Landon. See you,
Nick.
Goose.
Chat, get money. Holla.
Have a good night, brother.
Yeah.
Go Stars.
Here we go. Go Stars. Yeah. I'll say that. It doesn't matter. Actually, I want them to win the series still.
Yeah.
Long way to go, even if they win tonight. Yeah.
Is that your Twitter, by the way? Oh, okay, I guess we've got one. Lando86? Or is that just
it is, I believe. Yeah.
I'll check it out. I like adding Twitter. I like talking on Twitter now. I never did Twitter at all until I got onto this thing, and now I'm freaking addicted to the shit. I'm on there all the time.
That's Twitter for you. Once
you like to
hook you in, you never leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perlo likes to frolic on Twitter.
Yes.
You know what? Just the price is
really,
really good. I'm going to sprinkle on the plus 400 there with the Vegas puck line right now.
Yeah. I think that's a not bad bet, man. Vegas scores the next goal, and all of a sudden Dallas panics. They pull their goalie, and then this could end up a.
Yeah, that is killer value. That's for sure.
That is. And plus 2, I mean, the only thing that could screw all this is I've got the draw, and Dallas takes the 3-2 lead in the third. And the worst thing that could happen now is Dallas wins 3-2. The over fails, the draw fails, and this Vegas puck line's not obviously going to hit either. So that's at
the end of the day, we got Dallas future. So if they win, they extend the series.
The one thing is Dallas is still alive in the series. So
yeah,
the pipe dream comeback is still alive. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
I got a Dallas future to win the cup earlier, and then I took Vegas for the series. So I'm kind of hedging a little bit, but I'm just going by what I see. But yeah, because I took that in middle of the plus 21 or 2100 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just a decent shot at a team that it's pretty deep. But the funny thing is the reason I did like that whole situation that happened with Ben, I was uneasy about Dallas, and the way the organization handled that shit tells me a lot about it. Told me a lot about that. Because you would think that somebody's telling Ben what to say. Nobody came out and said anything. Like you would think that somebody would come out, except for the fact that DeBoer said, "Oh, he feels really bad." Oh yeah, it looks like he feels real bad. Yeah, he feels real bad.
Take fucking ownership, man.
Yeah, exactly.
For that.
He feels real bad.
At least come on and say, you know what? I know there's a suspension coming or disciplinary action, and what I did was wrong. I don't want to address it right now and leave the building.
He would have got one game. He would have got one game if he just said, yeah, you know what? I was frustrated and I fucked up. He would have got one game. I fell down. That's like me cheating on my wife and saying I tripped on the bed. Fuck you.
Fuck, I bet you it's happened before, though. Oh, shit. That's funny.
We got a really bouncy bed. What am I going to say?
Yeah. Yeah, I was sleepwalking. I had my earphones on.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I was at a Jimi Hendrix concert.
I wish Babana was in when I said that. But,
oh, shit. That's funny.
Anyways.
Yeah, dude. I was like earlier, I was at a freaking pool party. I got there at about 5 o'clock. I guess my wife's, one of her friends is dating some cops. So I showed up at some house, dude, and there's fucking pool party, band playing, like Teenage Wasteland, like full on fucking old school tunes from freaking Big Wreck to freaking BTO to everything. Like it was a wicked place. I got back as soon as I jumped on, and yeah, all the ladies were drunk and I was a sober one, so I drove them all home after work today. It's a pretty wicked pool party at a tiki bar going on, and yeah, it's like a freaking bunch of cops there and shit. So I got a couple get out of jail free cards and
bonus.
Nice.
Yeah. That was a good little scene, man. I walked in there and all of a sudden on the corner of the deck, this full on band's playing and they got the tiki bar by the pool. I'm like, holy shit, this is right in the middle of Barrie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did Buddy leave? Day. Oh, I didn't even know he left. I didn't even say bye.
Who?
Oh.
Who left?
What's his name? Freaking. I gotta look up his Twitter now.
You only know by Twitter.
Oh, Landon?
No, not Landon.
Oh.
The ex-ECHL.
Oh, Nick.
Nick, yeah. He left.
Yeah, Nick was because Landon said bye and he said bye almost simultaneously. So,
I didn't hear that. I didn't even say bye to him.
Yeah. Apparently his company has got they're doing something right now. So there you go.
I'm actually busy with that. This goes into overtime. I'm not going to be able to stay either. It's got to be a first. But if it goes to like big overtime, I don't know how long you're staying on for.
It's funny. Nick said because I threw it out there. We're having the Betcast. You want? And he said I'll definitely join you, but I think I can only stay for like 15 minutes. Well, he stayed for a lot longer.
So he stayed a lot longer.
That's bonus content.
He enjoyed it. Yeah, he said he.
Here we
go. It was
a
blast. Yeah.
Here we go.
It was more fun than I thought. So there you go.
Nice.
That's cool.
And keep in mind, and he's going to be playing ECHL again next year. I'm pretty sure with the trying to think what the team is. It's Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham Bulls.
The Barracudas.
The Bulls.
Or the Bulls. The Bulls.
Yeah, Birmingham Bulls. EC8, that's his team.
Yeah.
Yep.
I get them mixed up. The Barracudas and the Bulls. I think there's 2 teams in Birmingham.
Birmingham, Ontario.
Yep.
It's where Gretzky's from, right? Or is he from? No, he's not.
How about an Olofsson goal?
Yeah, that's what you've been saying.
Yep.
I don't know. I like the kid, but I think the first game he had more legs than everybody else, right?
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
Now
And
I don't know.
Hintz looks a little limpy.
Ian, did you grab the Hill saves? Aiden Hill saves?
Yeah, that's just because I said Hill looks a little tired, right?
Oh my God! As if. How did that not go in?
That is, I'm still wondering.
Yeah, that's because I said Hill looks a little tired. He's got to slam the door like crazy. Jesus.
Oh, this is starting back and forth.
Looking like one of those. That was pretty epic.
Yeah, but we need the goals to go in. That's the thing, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
The problem with Game 4 staying under 2-2 starting the third and nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Went to overtime, then he got overs. Yeah,
we're looking good for Aiden Hill saves right now. He's at 24. We need 4 more.
That's what I was
asking.
Score
bet didn't. Yeah, the score bet took Aiden Hill saves prop right off the board today at like noon. It's like, what the hell? I looked at it and I was like, why doesn't this save prop up here?
Yeah.
Got hammered.
Yep.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, they
liability.
Took it right off.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah. And after I watched the Ice Guy show today, I went on there and did all my picks, and then I didn't see the save prop for Aiden Hill. I'm like, what is going on?
Well, it's also why I'm going to hammer the point again. You got to have multiple sports books. It's not.
Yes.
Yeah. I know. I got it.
Accounts at like upwards. I would say for me, I've got like 12 or 15 different books, unique books.
That's a lot.
15.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You don't need that many, but you need probably 4 to 6, I would say.
5. Yeah. 5.
I had to get a bunch of different books because I got kicked off. That's what pissed me off. They kick you out. You can only bet like freaking $5 because you.
Wow, Dallas, close call again. Oh.
I've had that sometimes with props where they've limited my wagers.
Yep. They are not going quietly in the night.
Wow.
Dallas
yeah. This is a good third period so far.
Yep.
That's been a great game.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been an excellent game.
I consider keeping Ben out if they lose tonight or if they win tonight, Dallas.
Don't change the lineup.
Interesting.
Yeah. Don't change a winning lineup is the age-old adage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it was chipped right across the goal mouth after the Hintz shot, and then nobody was on the receiving end.
Unreal.
Wow.
Just looking at shots on goal. Nicholas Waz got 3. So his was 2, so he's hit.
Yep.
That was I think that was around plus money. Chandler Stevenson's got 3. Marchessault's got 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I tailed you on that. On those.
Robertson's at 3.
Yep.
Hintz
what
is
about
at 4.
Theodore?
I know Robertson's been on 3 forever. I got Robertson.
Wyatt Johnson's at 3. I had that. Theodore?
Is he past 2 yet?
I think he's got it. I think so.
Yeah. Because I tailed you, Ian, on that Theodore point and shot prop today.
He was at 2 last I looked, so I think.
No, it's at 1 now.
Oh, really?
So it might have been adjusted.
The old took
one of those fucker. Oh, I hate that.
That's the worst prop for that is the Brent Burns prop because shit goes flying off his stick everywhere, and you think you got the shot prop, and you look at Brent Burns and he's going backwards, like it goes off everybody.
He misses the net a lot. He does miss the net a lot. I will say that. Oh, what a stop by Ottinger just now. Oh, goaltending duel here. Here we go.
Shot attempts 58-33.
Well, look at. I got it right here. Why am I asking you?
Heiskanen had 2 last time I saw it.
I need one more for Heiskanen.
Yeah, I've got him too.
Yeah, 2. Robertson's had been on 3 for way too long.
Yeah, that 11. That's what do you do after a player gets fucking 11 shots on goal? Jesus,
That's crazy.
That,
That's nuts. 11 shots on goal.
you gotta think he's good for 4, but it's like
I hope it
that's
gets.
definitely on the other team's billboard when a player gets 11 shots on goal.
I hope it gets to a point where you can start taking alternates on shots and stuff like that. So you can like buy or sell. So you could take
Like 2, 3, or 4.
over 5 and a half.
The app I use, you can do that. Yeah, there's a player prop in Bet99 where you can take 2, 3, 4, 5. You can ladder and single game parlay them as well.
See,
it's like a lottery ticket.
I can't go on to Bet99. Or do you have it? You have it. So how do you got it? Or do you do you go from a different area, or do you do it right from Canada?
No, right from Canada.
Oh.
Bet99.
You know what's funny is I parlayed a bunch of players, and it's the only time I've ever done it for parlay. And I grabbed like 6 or 7 players for shot prop parlays, and it was the 4 OT game, and
Nice.
I nailed them all. And I nailed Sam Bennett was like waiting the whole game right till like the 4th overtime to get his final shot prop. And it was
You're holding on
or 17 to 1, and I ended up
nailing
it. What the hell did I do here? It's the first time I've ever done that. I remember Ian on the show. He's like, just take a bunch of players and for shot props and then parlay them all tonight or whatever, because it's going to be a low scoring game. Next, 4 overtimes later, I'm sweating Sam Bennett getting his shot prop.
Totally. Yeah, that's a stress that people that don't bet like multiple legs of a ticket would never understand.
Yeah, and I never bet parlays really either. But that night, it was just kind of funny that it nailed 4 overtimes later. I got like 7 guys on a shot prop parlay, and Sam Bennett took till the 4th overtime to hit it.
Yeah, I had that too.
But that's what I'm learning. You write a script for the game, and then you build your bets around your story. And if you like overtime, that's
that's where the shot props can pay, especially if you're picking a draw.
Yep.
It's added value, right?
Parlay, but I had the. Oh,
yeah, I have Nick Watt
Where are we at?
Point as well, so we're waiting.
Me too. I was on Nick Watt. I heard you talk about him today. I jumped on him too.
Yeah. Great price it was.
Welcome back, Goose.
Yeah. I had dinner show up, so I went up and sat with my wife and had some dinner and came back down because we still got 14 minutes left in the game.
Yep.
So
have a great game. Yeah, it's and then.
Well, that's what I kind of thought. I kind of thought the third period would open up, even though it's still a tied game, right? It looks like they want to burn some ice. So
yes,
everybody wants to win. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly right.
This is looking like a bad beat all over again for over 5.5 bettors, just like Game 4.
Don't say it.
Not a bad beat, but a tough beat.
Yeah, that's.
Noah, come here, baby.
As much as I want Dallas to win, now I want Vegas puck line, and they'll take the over.
I just don't want 3-2 Dallas in regulation.
No.
Or 3-2 Vegas even in regulation is no good either.
No.
In a couple of my single game parlays, I just took over 4.5 because I just didn't have any confidence that it wasn't going to be another 3-2.
Yep.
I actually almost looked at an under 4.5, and it was pricey. It was plus 325 or something like that. And I looked at it and I'm like, I just can't do it because I just had the feeling tonight was just going to be one of those nights where Pavelski was going to show up, Robertson was going to show up, Marcia show, Barbashev, right? So we'll see.
You get more goals in Vegas too, in general.
Yeah, exactly. Stupid
motherfucker. I couldn't get a read on the total today. I just was hoping.
That's a great call by our guy. If you're a video game fan, and I am, Nintendo. Marchment looks like Waluigi. Mario Brothers. Yeah.
Remember, we were trying to figure out who Marchment looked like.
Who the fuck's
Waluigi?
Waluigi? I know who Luigi is, and I know who Mario is. I don't know who the fuck Waluigi is, though.
It's another character.
I think they're related.
later on in the Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
I'm
The
not
last Mario Brothers game I played, I think, was fucking was not
Duck Hunt.
Kong. What's this, Rich?
No, I'm just like, it's probably the old like Nintendo 64.
Oh, no. It was something on fuck. I can't even remember the last time what he was called.
I remember the original
Yeah,
Mario on
the
Nintendo.
Yeah, without
That's
the facial hair, he
that's
doesn't
what I
look like
played.
it. But with the facial hair, that's what makes him look like
Maybe
it.
Banjo or Kazooie. Holy fuck, man, I am old. Jesus Christ. Phil Kessel.
You're
Kessel
alive.
Phil Kessel looks like a burger-eating motherfucker is what he looks like. But
yeah.
And he is
I was hearing some rumblings that he might dress tonight after they lost their first game. But obviously that didn't happen.
I'd put a bet on he'd put some clothes on for sure.
I'm surprised they haven't played him, right? Like Phil shows up in the playoffs, right? If you need a goal,
Guy's got a ring.
Yeah,
You never know.
right. So
It just depending what he's doing on his off days here. If he's riding a bike with a hot dog in his mouth or what.
He's extremely media to pick up on it at all.
He don't ride no bikes. He don't do no fuck all. I think we've all heard the story. He shows up to.
He's at the poker table.
Yeah, that. Well,
yeah.
So it was either in.
He
It
loves
must have
to
been
fish.
Philly, or sorry, not Philly. It must have been Pittsburgh. They were telling the story. He shows up to the gym, and the guys are all doing their warm ups and stretching this, that, the other thing. Phil walks over, puts 250 on the fucking deadlift bar, picks it up, does fucking 3 or 4, sits it down, and goes, "I'm done," and walks out the door and see you later. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yeah.
He loves to fish. The guy's a freak of nature, man. It's just
Yeah, he
crazy.
Could have easily won the Conn Smythe. Yeah, you're right, Taylor. He could have. Yeah, for sure.
Mario Lemieux smoked a lot of cigarettes. Guy Lafleur drank a lot of beer, and everybody's got their thing.
Didn't you have that backwards?
Yeah.
Guy smoked a lot of smokes. Guy was a smoker. Guy was in between period smoker.
Yeah.
Some people say he smoked a pack a game. Like seriously.
Yeah.
I heard he used to drink a 12-pack of beer before the game even started.
Did you see a
that
pack
wouldn't
a
surprise me.
game?
Yeah.
Right, different. Very much
How the hell did
different
he
fucking
smoke a pack a game?
different era.
Did he smoke
Chain
when he was
smoke?
in the penalty box?
Like 5 before, 5 first period,
Yeah.
5
Yeah.
second period, 5 at the end of the game.
First intermission, second intermission, pregame, post. I'm talking about the whole night. Basically.
Yeah.
I met him once at a card show. He stayed right till the very end. I was one of the dealers, and he was smoking. But yeah, nice guy. Like just like to stand next to a Hall of Famer. It's just it doesn't get better than that.
You just got that aura,
It was,
just amazing.
I forget who I heard in an interview. It might have been Larry Robinson. Like literally, like he'd walk in off the ice in between periods, grab a smoke, and walk into the washroom to smoke because fucking Scotty Bowman was losing his mind because he's smoking, right? And that's the way he was, right? So that's like the old man played old timers hockey. We used to go down to Niagara Falls for a yearly tournament, and Saturday morning, man, I'd be sitting in the room and the boys would come in one at a time looking like hell. Somebody'd be puking in the fucking garbage bucket. 7:00 game, right? They've been out drinking till 3 a.m. and good times, but like fucking, like I say, very different era, right? For that, that's for sure.
There's a few warm beers left in somebody's hockey bag, and they toss it to the guy who looks the roughest in the Hornet dressing room at the early game.
Well, and for those listening who don't know, like Niagara Falls, Ontario is right across the border from Niagara Falls, New York. So you could drive, and the boys used to drive across with their hockey bags empty, and then they'd be coming back because they got the sticks and everything, and the fucking bags would be full of booze and the border. And this is early 80s, right? Late 70s, early 80s. So it was a different time. And they bring back fucking Mickey, like Texas Mickeys of booze and cases of beer and all sorts of shit.
Wow.
Perlo's ahead of me.
Whoa, what a stop. Aiden Hill just now. Dallas, what a chance they had. Wow. He's made
This is
You're
insane.
talking about where I was born.
Are you a Niagara Falls boy? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was born in Niagara Falls. My dad was crossing the border every day to work in America. I was that close to being American. Thank God. Yeah. I was on the right side of the border.
Yeah.
Cheshire Cat.
Can I say that? I can say that, right?
I don't know if I told you.
Whatever.
I'm
You're a proud
originally
Canadian. You're a proud American. Everybody's proud of who they are.
I'm originally from Mississauga, right? That's where I was born.
Oh, you're a Mississauga boy, Perlo?
Yeah,
cool.
I lived there. I lived there till I was 12, and then we moved to Alberta.
I think that was Wyatt Johnston that had that chance. Wow.
That was unreal, man. This game could be totally tilted here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Wyatt. They're just showing the replay now. 53. Yeah. Yeah.
I could use a Wyatt Johnson point.
That was almost it right there.
Actually, I didn't take him. I was going to, and I laid off.
What a great stop by
real deal. Seriously?
Hill.
This
feels like we're in OT already.
Yeah, for sure.
This playoff is so weird. If somebody told me that this was going to be the way this game was played, I would have thought Dallas won the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, right? A low-scoring series definitely favors Dallas, right? That's
no. I mean, this pace. Back
okay, gotcha. Yeah.
I would have taken Dallas. I would have thought Vegas would have been much more fluid neutral zone trap and stuff like that, and it would have been a slower game in a lot of ways, not as back and forth as this. It's just a really weird playoff. Yeah.
Which means we're in crazy.
Not to say that Dallas isn't going to come back here. I really think if they keep on playing back and forth like this, Dallas has got a shot.
I honestly think
one game at a time. Yeah.
Kind of favors Vegas more than it does Dallas. Right?
No.
Dallas has at least I think. Anyway, yeah, Cheshire, let's not do politics. Yeah, you're right, dude. It's fucking way too.
No, not happening. No.
Like the old man. My old man used to tell me, he says, when you're drinking with your buddies, he says, there's three things you don't talk about: sports, politics, and religion. Oh, well, we'll talk sports all night long, but
yeah, exactly. But the other two,
I remember the friends sitting down and screaming at one another about politics or religion, right?
Yeah. So. Not doing that. No.
No, I think that Dallas Vegas has has some good speed, but Dallas has the better shooters. I wouldn't want to run and gun with Dallas. I want to take away their space. I want to cut them off in the neutral zone. I want to take away their ability to find the spots.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you there, but Dallas's game is more predicated on tight defense.
Right.
They have
so if they're getting away from the tight defensive play to run and gun with Vegas, then are they not playing Vegas's game, which makes it more in Vegas's favor?
I think people have been thinking that Dallas has done that ever since because bonus.
There's a goal. Dallas just scored.
What?
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, wow. And that's one Aiden Hill's got to have. Unfortunately,
that's
the Landry with a sneaky little shot there. Yeah. Unbelievable, right? He's made some amazing stops in this period, and that beats him.
So I said it looks like he's getting tired, but then he goes and stops everything. But that looked like a
3-2 stars, yeah.
10. I don't know who's wearing 10, but that's who's got the goal.
Yeah, it's a weak
goal. If Dallas does win this game, what do we?
I just got the goal. So far behind.
Wow.
Goose, damn it. Goose is
the one that's ahead of everybody, I think, here.
So the next game will be Monday?
Yeah, if need be. Yep.
Monday, Wednesday.
Dallas realize their D isn't that great and they need to score to win. Yeah, I agree, John. That's a good point by John Massey.
3-2 stars. I'd love a Vegas goal.
Dallas's
there's your over.
Isn't as good or isn't as tight as what it needs.
You're gonna get
no. Dallas isn't what they were with bonus, and their defense is way overrated.
Yeah,
they're kind of like Florida that way. They got killer first team.
But again, when they play that tight DeBoer defense, right, as a team, then your defense can be slightly lower because your forwards are playing where they're supposed to be. Once you start to play that run and gun, then your forwards aren't covering. And that's what I'm getting at is that once that starts to happen, then that game type kind of favors Vegas because they're used to playing that with the guys they have, right? Whereas they tend to rely on their defense to do what they need to do because the wingers are either leaving the zone or
hammering
or whatever. Take your pick. So,
but if Dallas tries to close things, if Dallas tries to slow things down against Vegas, they don't win. Vegas is going to cut them off at every pass. They got to find a way to
run. The thing is, though, now does Dallas start to suffocate the defense?
Now, I would keep on playing the way they're playing and hope they can keep on out shooting them. But maybe they'll do what the Americans do and just freaking go back on their heels. Then we'll get our draw in the over. Perfect.
This period's been back and forth. I don't think it's done yet.
Yeah, I think Vegas will probably pot another one. I don't understand. It blows me or shows you how hard it is to stay on your game when NHL professionals seem to not be able to do it over and over and over again. You know what I mean?
Like, well, Vegas is at home now. They got the line matchups too. You watch, they're going to start matching stuff and double shifting guys. Vegas is going to come at them hard. This game's going to open up a little bit, I think.
Well, for sure.
We're going to hit the over.
I think so.
Squirrely bastard, over. Look around.
I just got to hit one. Draw or over. I can't go. Well,
Goose has both teams to score third period, right? Well,
I do. Plus, I've got the over. Plus, I've got the draw. So if you give me one more Vegas goal, I'm happy for the third. We can go into overtime. I'll cash everything.
Yeah.
Have at her.
Yeah, that was weak. Yeah. That was weak. That was a weak one.
Especially after all those saves these goalies been making this period.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, really but John Massey mentioned it. He said it looked like that puck went off the stick, so it knuckled a little bit on Hill.
Yeah, that's true. Right? It could have been a slight little. Yeah.
But it's right under the pad, man.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not disagreeing, right? Like that's one you got to have. You got to get that body down. But if it knuckles off and he's, if you've got that little opening, all of a sudden, all bets are off. So
that's the amazing thing about being a goaltender, right? Like a right winger can make 4 mistakes all game and nobody gives a shit, right?
Every time I hear that fucking words now, right winger, stupid commercial with Mitch Marner, right winger.
Right winger. Oh, jeez.
See that all the time.
Right wing? Right wing.
Like, yeah. Right all the time you eat all the chicken wings you want now, Mitch. Yeah.
Yeah. Not many power plays either in this game, huh?
Yeah.
One penalty.
No.
One penalty in the whole game.
Yep.
One penalty in the whole
letting
game.
them play right now. Yep.
They haven't been giving him any reason not to let him play either.
There's another Dallas goal, 4-2. There's the over.
Wow. Turnover right there.
Over.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
There goes again. No, wait a minute.
Throwing up the interference signal.
Goal interference is what
goaltender interference. It looks like.
My God, you guys are gonna have the call like reversed before I see it live.
How's that Vegas 1.5 looking?
I don't know about this. We'll have to see. Was it Vegas?
Oh,
okay,
there it is.
Hang on. Ooh.
So what do they call? What are they saying?
No, he pushed him in. He pushed him in.
The Vegas player pushed him in.
Yeah, he pushed him in. This is a good goal.
Haig pushed Domi in. Domi didn't try to get out of the way, but he got pushed in. Yeah.
So the question is, do they think that Domi should have?
Oh no, he got pushed.
Yeah, he did. But
totally,
this is the part I hate is now it's up to Toronto or New York, probably Toronto.
Oh dear.
There's no way.
Oh,
that's a good goal.
Yeah, they dropped the puck they're playing on. So 4-2.
Didn't challenge it, or it was a Toronto call.
Yeah. Cheers to the overbetters.
4-2
down. Cheers to the overbetters.
Right?
Cheers.
What do you mean?
Cheers, overbetters.
We go in.
No. We'll take it. The draw is dead now, but that's all right.
Well, no. Hang on. I still need my Vegas goal for both teams to score third period.
That's true.
And then you pull the goalie, you get the goal, you get the tie. There's 4-4.
It's nice to have the
Vegas
over
scores
finally,
2 quick ones now, and then Dallas pulls a goalie after Vegas scores another one.
There is actually still 7 minutes left, so Vegas can do something about this. Tell you what, though, if we go to Game 6 now, there's pressure on the Golden Knights now, ratcheting up.
Yes, in Dallas.
Yeah.
First time in this series, Dallas
Ben
had a
revenge game.
2-goal lead.
Yeah.
First time.
Yes.
Jamie Benn revenge game back in Dallas.
Yep.
Don't put him back in. Controversy.
You know who's in real trouble off topic is the Miami Heat. if they lose this game, this might be over for them.
Yeah, they're down by 7 right now. They got work to do in that game. Yeah.
What quarter?
Third quarter. Yeah.
I took right before the last game. I took Denver to win the NBA championship at -160 because I figured if they played Boston, they're almost going to be favored maybe a little less than that. But if they played Miami, they'd be favored a lot more than that. So I took an outright on Denver before this last game.
Yeah.
But I'm not an NBA connoisseur, but I figured it was the right
I think
thing
Denver's
to do.
probably going to win the finals. I don't think there's either of the teams in the East are as good as them, quite honestly.
Yeah. But I figured the odds were at best for them to win it all before this last game.
What do we got going on here, boys? Still 4-2. Okay.
4-2, yeah, 6.5 minutes left.
Where are we looking here?
How about that? That's the playoffs. You got to love it. Who had Ty Dellandrea being the star tonight?
For 2
Unbelievable.
goals.
Nobody.
2 goals. Both goals.
It was Delandra, not Olofsson. I thought you said Delandra.
Yeah.
That sounded like a delivery, not Deliciio commercial.
Deliciio by DiGiorno.
It's Delandra, not Olofsson.
Oh. So
whatever, I'm just happy more games are being played. If Dallas extends the series, great on them.
I hate to say it, but
Yes.
Eichel feels just like a leprechaun to me. Well, he don't look like a leprechaun there, Cheshire. And he ain't after my Lucky Charms. That's for fucking sure. And I kind of thought Eichel might show up, but he's disappeared the last couple games. I'm so gassed right now, bro. If I cash all my plays, I think I win. If all cash is, please God, look at Ice X go. He's looking at 3 or 4K. If all of his come through, nice. That's a good day.
Shit. Yeah.
What are the chances? Chances Keith Kachuk's at home watching this game right now with his kid texting Paul Maurice right now while they're having a couple pints, telling them how these teams are playing. Bunch of pussies.
Florida just wants them to keep playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Go 7 games. Go to a Wednesday night. That's what they're hoping for. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. So for Rico and Rich, I was telling Ian and the boys earlier, I found a new station to play. If you're into hard rock and heavy metal.
Are they paying you to say this shit or what?
No, I'm just telling you, I love good music. If I find a good station, man, I'm all over it. It's KRB. Fuck, what did I say it was, Ian? I can't even remember anymore.
Oh boy, you put it in the
hang on, I put it in the chat, but it's
WRBRocks.com.
That's it. You go. So WRBRocks.com, Friday night, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. This guy plays except all 80s and 90s heavy metal, hard rock.
I heard you guys. I was out smoking a joint when you were talking about all the bands and stuff.
Yeah, it was a really good show, man. I was quite impressed. So if you like your music that heavy, give this guy a try. Oh, nice cat, man. I love the colors.
And
what's
it's
his
Friday,
name, Rico?
right? The takeover,
Calico.
right?
Calico.
Hey.
Don't even get an ass shot out of that. Are we at a strip joint?
Cat butt. Little cat butt.
She's usually sleeping with my wife in the bed, but I picked all these girls up from a pool party earlier. Bunch of freaking cops dancing around a pool. I guess one of them's dating a police officer. They had a pretty wicked band going on there. They had a tiki bar behind the house, pretty wicked spot I was at. A good band, man. They were playing Teenage Wasteland and Under Pressure and anything like that. To Big Wreck and it was a wicked band. But I was the responsible one. I picked them all up after I was done work and came home. So she's passed out. Now the cats are like, "Where's Mom?"
Irene. Yeah.
What do we got?
It's hard work. Day drinking.
Yeah. 5 minutes left.
What time do you guys get started here? They're around 1 o'clock. I picked them up at around 7. They're holy.
Okay, there you go. That's a good day.
Yeah, the ladies were having a good time.
No doubt. I got a barbecue to go
post for Michael. Wow.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
Oh yeah, for sure. Right. She's a registered nurse, man. She's up at 5 every morning, so she goes out on the weekends once in a while.
My wife's a nurse too. I think we talked about.
Yeah, my wife's a mental health nurse too, so
is mine.
She deals with yeah.
So is mine.
Yeah.
Vegas lost. It's over. Londo.
Off the
Oh,
post?
Londo's cashing his tickets already. Careful, buddy. You just fucking jinxed yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, all right. So if you're Cassidy, when are you pulling them? 4 minute mark?
Ooh,
3 minute
yeah.
mark?
3 minutes minimum.
Three.
I always say 3-4 minutes when you're down by 2. You give them, get as much time as you can.
For me, it's like if you've got possession and it's deep, I'll do it now.
Yeah.
You also got to get your possession. You got to get some sort of
going.
That's what I mean. You got a forecheck, you got possession, do it then. But you got to get it.
Winery Dogs, nice, Olaf. That sounds like you don't say the J.
Who do you guys?
What J?
Who do you guys credit with pulling the goalie earlier than the old school method?
Patrick
Waugh started it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Waugh.
He was the first to really start, earlier than the rest. Yeah.
And the Quebec Ramparts are in the Memorial Cup right now, aren't they?
Yep. And they won the first game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I think they won today too, if I'm not mistaken.
The good old Peterborough Petes beat the London Knights too, and I see Corey Perry in the stands watching the London Knight games too.
Oh, good. A loser can watch another loser.
I was waiting for that.
For our man Olaf in the chat, he's mentioning Winery Dogs, small bar in Detroit. They play Dream Theater, Mr. Big. The lead singer for Dream Theater is actually from my hometown, James Labrie. Went to school with my brother.
Cool.
Yeah,
Olaf.
sweetheart of a guy, quiet as fuck. You'd never know it. You wouldn't think he was a rock star if you met the guy, right? Quiet.
Yeah, we got our 30 saves, by the way, for Aiden Hill.
Of course they didn't have that problem.
Okay, there's the goalie.
That was
we got 3 minutes.
Pretty decent cash.
Yep.
Was that like minus 110?
Yes. Even money that was. Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Can you believe Niskanen hasn't got another fucking shot yet? Jeez.
Yeah, I can. Oh yeah, I can.
Here we go.
Sometimes, yeah.
Vegas, the shot blockers.
That's the problem with the lead. You guys don't get the shots.
Yeah, now it's not going to happen. Robertson too.
Blocked. Yeah.
Are we going to get one?
Fuck, they banged one off the post.
Yep.
They just missed it.
Wow.
Fuck, ding.
Man.
Yeah. And the worst part is they had the pressure. They had control. There wasn't a guy from Dallas that wasn't under a minute of ice time when that whistle went off. So if they'd have been able to keep control, they probably would have potted one there pretty quick. So
nobody can see.
All right, so there's the timeout. We got 2:30 minutes left in the period.
2:28. Yeah.
Somehow in Dallas's favor. Now head for home for Game 6. Yeah, I agree with JP on that one. Right, you had him down 3-0. So
you're not kidding. I'm on that site now. That WRB rocks there. They've got Public Interest, Bad Marriage, Twisted Sister, Motley Crue, all the recently played. I'm seeing.
Yeah. And I was when I was talking to him, I'm like, hey, my son's a Cypress Hill fan. Can you play some Cypress Hill? He goes, fucking Cypress Hill. How about next week? I'm like, fucking done, man. Whatever. Later. Have at her.
Yeah.
So, oh, look at that. Olaf with the Mike Portney drumsticks. Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Right on.
Nice.
So here's a quick story for you. We had Anthrax come through town here about 2 months ago.
Bring the noise.
Over at one of our casinos. Well, they had all their stuff for the stage off to the side. I managed to get one of the stage coverings off of the fucking riser, so I managed to stuff that in my coat. Nice big 4x4 fucking flag. Oh yeah, it was fucking
well done. Well done.
That's a Boston radio station. WRB.
Yeah.
Boston based. Yep.
Huh. Wicked. Yeah, I saved it. I'll check it out.
Yeah, give her a listen, man. I was quite happy with the selection, right? It was Anthrax. I got to see Anthrax with Black Label Society and Exodus. That was a good fucking show. I had a good time there.
Wow, good save, Ottinger.
Yeah. I said when I was in Mississauga, Anvil used to play in a factory close to my house all the time before they got big.
Yep.
And we used to go listen to them. I didn't know they were going to. Well, they didn't get big. You know, they got big.
They didn't get big until that movie came out. Until the movie This Is Anvil came out. That's when they hit. But we used to watch them. We caught them in a basement bar, and that's a stretch. It was a basement of a building in Oshawa one night.
Yeah.
We caught them at the Bovine Sex Club just off of Yonge Street for the lead singer Lips's birthday, his 55th, I think. I saw them originally in Barrie, Ontario in 1987, 88 at the Clifton House. There's an old bar. If you've ever been to Barrie, that fucking thing don't even exist anymore. But I've always seen them in little scabby holes, right? Little scabby bars, whatever. Ken's Hideaway. I think it was Ken's Hideaway on Bloor Street was another one where we seen them. You could catch them in Toronto for $7, $8, $9, and it was a great show, man. They were fucking. If you look it up on YouTube, mid 80s, Lips used to come out in a bondage fucking, like a leather bondage fucking outfit that barely covered his junk. That was it. He plays the fucking guitar with the vibrator, and I'm telling you, man, just go fucking YouTube these guys. It's funny as fuck. Oh, they missed the open net.
Yeah, I wish they. I really wanted to draw in this game today.
Well, yeah. Monday night in Dallas, Texas.
Yep.
Love it.
I think it's safe to say we're going to Game 6.
Love it.
So are you doing another cast Monday night? Or is that too soon?
No, the way it's going to go is what we now know is that the Stanley Cup final, will
Saturday.
be Saturday. Yeah.
June 3rd.
Saturday.
Yeah.
If there's a Game 7, we will do a Betcast Wednesday night for it.
Matthew Good live. Yeah, Matthew Good's pretty
So
decent.
Wednesday's going to be the next one if there's a Game 7. Okay.
Yeah, and if there's not, we've got two. I have the schedule for the Betcasts mapped out already for the Stanley Cup final for a Saturday start. And it'll be two next week. The games 2 and 3 will be Betcast.
Look at Londo. Londo's. I told you guys, Stars would win.
And you got an
Matthew
show
Good
on
Unplugged is good too.
Ice Guys show on Monday.
Unplugged, he was good.
Yeah, definitely a show Monday now, like for sure, because it's a game day. It'll be Game 6 on Monday night. And we've got Charlie Sereau joining us as our guest on Monday, so that's all set
perfect.
To go. Another in the long line of pro hockey players.
Impressive, actually.
Good lineup.
Really
good guest, Ian.
Well done on the
from everywhere.
The special guests.
Yeah,
for sure. I love it, man. I tune in and there's somebody new every time. I love it.
I know,
perspective, new ideas, new stories. I love it.
Exactly. Yeah, we rarely. It's unique. We rarely get the same guest to come back 2, 3, 4 times. It's always someone different.
And it's so perfect when there's only one game. You've got the time to do a deep dive and get into the stuff.
Talk more in general about
that's
nice
really why we're here.
Yeah.
Who are the people inside the equipment, inside the uniform? That's why we're here. Like that's the juice.
That's what I'm hoping, Robert. My future's now. I'm starting to get hope again. Hope again in this
Dallas futures. I know, buddy. I got Pavelski, Ottinger, and Dallas to win the cup.
To Robert, the Stars have got momentum.
Even the dogs are barking,
right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if Dallas comes back and wins this game, I'm playing the
dogs are barking.
Yep. The Dallas-Florida series is over. Because they both play the exact same way. I think that would be an over series, all this shit, especially if they're going to give you 5.5. So.
Pace-wise, I think it would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Pace-wise, 2 goaltender-wise are going to be busy, good
That's
goaltenders.
That's the thing, 2 elite goaltenders. You could see 40 shots apiece and 2-1, 3-2. Yeah.
Yeah, we can officially start the rust versus rest conversation.
Well, I'm taking Florida. I'm taking Florida to win that series for sure. I'll just
3-2.
I want Dallas.
We have ourselves a little bit of a.
And I've got a future on Dallas, but I think Florida wins that series.
Going home.
You're done betting against Florida. I'm done betting.
But
against Florida.
I didn't bet against Florida in Toronto. I made a ton.
Putting Ben back in.
Yeah. I'm worried about that, honestly.
Fucking dog.
You do something that stupid, it's not just one game. That has gonna have ramifications on the next game. Even though it was 2 games ago.
There's no way their captain's sitting out next game. There's no way their captain's sitting out next game. He's in 100%.
But what does it do? He wasn't part of this big win.
Doesn't matter.
And that's
He's
like,
captain,
you know,
he's
so
gonna
now
be-
you have to come back in.
If Ben had his ass on the toilet seat in the dressing room for any part of this game, he was part of this team still with that C on his chest. He is coming back for next game. There's absolutely no way.
I
that
don't
he's
think
sitting
it's the
out.
worst thing in the world to sit him again, but they won't do that.
No, it's not.
No.
There's no way.
there's
But who does
0% chance.
it? Who has the
Olofson's
advantage?
out.
Vegas or Dallas? Like,
Actually,
because once
having
you
Ben
change
come-
a winning lineup,
Go ahead.
Yep.
that's
But
like
having
the
Ben,
offense
having Ben
wasn't
come in
just-
actually,
it was that
actually
egregious.
works in Dallas' favor, because now somebody on Vegas is going to be more concerned about Ben than they are the game.
No, I don't know
Right?
about that.
Dallas is favored
Oh, I
at home
do.
next game. Then Game 7's a toss-up.
Vegas
They
isn't
pull it
that
off.
kind of team.
Let's
We've
go
all played
Game
the game,
7.
and you all know when somebody comes back in and you want to get a piece of them for a
This
fucking-
is going 7. This series is going 7.
Yeah, I'm
Why
with
not?
Rico. I agree on that statement right now, because Dallas has got
Why not?
Yeah.
right, and they're going home.
Aiden
So
Hill finally gave up kind of a suspect goal. Yeah.
My method is still riding perfectly. Ice X is just rocking it.
Yeah, give him credit. Yeah, done Dallas the last 2 games. Yep. And
Did
they're
he
right
cash
back in.
the big bets he was talking about?
I think so. Because he was saying,
That's brilliant.
yeah. Night, Robert. Have a good night, man. Fucking enjoy your Sunday tomorrow, there, dude.
Yeah,
4
enjoy
a.m.
it.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
Talking about that, I got to go pick up my son, guys. It's been great.
There you go.
like
Drive
usual.
safe,
And,
Perlo.
Thanks for having me again, and it was great meeting Rick and everybody like usual. And Landon, it was awesome.
Yep, Perlo, good stuff. Yeah, we're wrapping up in a couple minutes, so
Yeah, I'm gonna
Nice new
head out
camera.
right now just so I can
No, like, come here,
make
baby.
sure I
Good.
get there
Yep.
on time and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, no
take
worries.
care, guys. Have
Yeah,
a
be
good
good.
Perlo, see you, buddy.
Cheers.
See you,
one. Yeah, you
Perlo.
bet. See you,
Peace,
Rico.
buddy.
We'll
Cheers.
got
See you,
to
buddy.
go live again here soon, Rico.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, buddy, always, man.
Okay, take care, man.
All right, Perlo, thanks again. Yeah, we'll wrap
Be good.
it up.
Drive safe, brother.
This is a very entertaining hockey game tonight. Very good.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Great game.
Great poise, great resolve, great, job by Dallas.
Playoff hockey.
Showing up.
Love
late
it.
in the third,
Nothing better.
series on the line. And look, that's 2 games in a row. This team has not gone quietly. They still believe. They still think they can win this. They still think they've got the talent to do it. They got the goalie to do it, quite honestly. And Jake Ottinger played great tonight. I don't think you could really fault him on any of the goals that Vegas scored. So we have ourselves a series, and we have ourselves, obviously, Game 6 now on Monday night. So, and that will be, of course, our next show. Obviously, as always, as recently as I should say, with Sundays, no show tomorrow, but we'll be back on Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and Charlie Soro with us, and we'll get you ready for Game 6. And we have one now with Vegas and Dallas. Betcast schedule will let you know. If there's a Game 7, we'll have a Betcast for it.
Fantastic.
Wednesday. Yeah,
Wednesday night. Let's hope.
we will.
Sweet.
That will
We
definitely
could
be a
use couple
Betcast
more
game
bucks
if
in it.
there's
We
a
could
Game
use a couple
7.
more bucks of pizza money.
Yeah, it could be something. I'm starting to think we might have a Game 7 at this point with what Dallas
Come here,
is
baby.
putting together. No question.
Gotta love it.
Good
Gotta
stuff.
love it.
Here's, before
sure.
we say good night, final thoughts.
If you'd have told me 2 weeks ago that Dallas was going to be down 3-0 and come back and literally have a chance to put this series onto their laps, I'd have said no way. I would have said no. Vegas will roll them for 4. It would have been 2. And if somebody would have told me Florida was going to sweep the other series, I would have said you're dreaming. The way Canes have been playing, the way they play, there's no way. I never even would have thought that. As always, because even though my boys are out, I'm still a hockey fan. I love this year's playoffs have been fantastic. Regardless of what happened with my boys, the playoffs across the board have been really fun. I'm enjoying it. This is fantastic. It's good hockey, plain and simple. You mess with the goose, you fuck with the gander.
The real
You
hockey
mess with
fans.
the goose, you get the fucking gander, and you don't want to know what that's like.
No.
Lando's in the chat.
Lando, congrats, Lando. I see him in the chat. Dallas survives to live for another day, and off we go to Game 6 on Monday. Look, tonight they played a solid game. I thought it was a pretty close game, back and forth. Could have went either way, but it went Dallas's way. Finally, the coin flips, which went Vegas's way in Game 1 and in Game 2, didn't go their way tonight in Vegas, because I thought Dallas could have won Game 1. I thought they should have won Game 2. There's no question Dallas should have won Game 2. They were the better team that day. And unfortunately, they made a mistake late in the game. And it could be 3-2 Dallas right now, believe it or not, instead of 3-2 Vegas. Rich, what did you think of the game tonight? Dallas very much alive.
I think we have a much more representative angle in terms of the scores after the 4-5 games in terms of 3-2. It definitely wasn't a 3-0 series. Going forward, keep playing. I love it. It's awesome. This was a great night. Thank you very much. And let's hope for a Game 7.
Yeah, well, exactly. Let's hope for a Game 7. And if there is one, we'll be on Wednesday night with a Betcast. Rico, Dallas back in the series. What did you think?
Unreal, man. This like anything late in the playoffs like this, you think the characters start to shine. You got Ottinger, which has been put on a pedestal, but he's still a young goalie. Him and Aiden Hill facing each other. Goalies look at each other every night when they're playing each other too. Doesn't matter if you're good for years or not. These guys have recent success. So another thing that I think of too with Dallas is the character, the Pavelskis, the guys that win the cup, just to drive to win. The guys to beat the other guy to the puck, beat them to the spot, beat them to everything. These are two teams that are cup contenders since the playoffs started. They're not going to bow down lightly, and Dallas is going to come out firing at home. I think this series goes 7, and may the best team win. And I'm not going to feel bad for any of them because they laid it out on the line, and they're going to shake hands at the end of this thing. And it's a great series. I'm just glad we're playing one more between these two teams.
Yeah, I think we all are. As hockey fans, we want to see as many games as possible, especially in a playoff series. And we thought we may not get past Game 4 when it was looking just totally bleak and just dark for Dallas after what Jamie Benn did in Game 3. And they looked so lifeless, listless toward the end of Game 3. I mean, meekly going quietly into the night, 4-0, they lost that game. And for them to respond this way, albeit coincidentally or maybe not so without Jamie Benn, very interesting.
Can I add one more thing, Ian?
Yes. Yeah.
We're not talking about the refs anymore.
No.
The refs have taken.
We're playing good hockey.
That's where they're supposed to be. They're in the background.
Yeah.
Which is where
we're playing good hockey.
And let me add one more thing too: is players don't get paid in the playoffs, but this is when you earn your paycheck. This is when you see guys step up, and all of a sudden next year, once some team moves on further than they thought they were going to, or they win it all of a sudden there's unsung heroes that play big parts, and next thing you know, they get talked about for years to come. So this is where guys need to step up. You're a hockey player, you're in the NHL. Now it's time to prove yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
This is where you see who's cashing a check and who's playing the game because they love the game.
Exactly.
Right? Plain and simple. Yeah, exactly. So just a quick update here. We got 6 minutes left to go in the basketball game. Boston's up by 6.
There we go.
It's on
Game 7 there.
You're still
for all we
around.
know. In the NBA on Monday night. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, great stuff. Great Betcast again. Saturday nights aren't easy, and especially in the States, it's a long holiday weekend. So we appreciate everybody, especially south of the border.
It is a fucking long weekend for you boys, isn't it?
That's right. Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
There you go.
Memorial Day weekend coming up on Monday. Memorial Day on Monday, but Memorial Day weekend this weekend, all weekend. So
does that mean we're blowing fingers off with fireworks?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I normally laugh, but we had that. Yeah, we've had some tragedies, believe it or not. Hockey.
Yeah, we have, but hey,
fireworks. Yeah.
Don't wait no more parlays.
Yeah, just be careful. Be careful. We don't need any more.
Cheers and enjoy your long weekend, Rico. And Ian, as always, thank you so much. Rich, good to see you, brother. Hola. Yep. Everybody have a good night. I'm out. Hey, look at that. Right. I made it to the fucking end.
There you go. You made it to the end. Brother. Just about the sign off, which we're going to do right now.
Buddy.
Thanks everyone for joining us. Hit the like button on the way out. We'll be back Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Another edition of the Ice Guys. This has been another Ice Guys Live Betcast. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, and we'll see you on Monday.
Right on, fellas.
Here we go.